Oh hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Cypher Seminars. This week, we're going on a wonderful race. Oh boy, am I going to have fun with this one. There's lots of music. Lots and lots of music. I'm ready. But before we go around and say hello to everyone, let's go through our usual station announcements. First of all, we have social links. If you'd like to come and be part of the community, head over to the Discord. It's safe and inclusive, you can come and talk about TTRPGs and all the other wonderful things that go on in the community there. If you would like to get into a game very much like this one, send me a DM on Twitter and I'll get you into one of these games. Alongside this game, which is running the Cypher system, we also have Ryutama and 2 sets of D&D. We did have Monster of the Week as well, but that one is now full. I'm sorry. We also have a Patreon. Oh, also the YouTube is there as well. All the episodes will be on the YouTube before next week. We have a Patreon as well. The Patreon, you can support us over there for $1 a month, as little as $1 a month, and every dollar is greatly appreciated. We have just dipped below our $500 goal. We were holding on to it. We held on to it for nearly a whole month, and right at the end it dipped off. But still, thank you so much everyone for the support. It's still an amazing place to be, dipping around that goal, so thank you. Thank you all so much. We also have merchandise. If you want to get one of these crests on your chest, head over to the Redbubble site where you can go and purchase one. Not one of the gold ones, admittedly. You can only get the coloured ones, but still, they're very good quality merch over there. Also, we have sponsors in Bird in the Storm Publishing. Bird in the Storm Publishing are a content creator who write modules for D&D 5e and other TTRPGs. If you check out the YouTube, you can find the Clearing the Midnight Wield one-shot that we played over Christmas on there now. We also are sponsored by Mage Hand Press. Mage Hand Press created the Dark Matter Alpha, a 5e expansion in the sci-fi universe, and we use it to play D&D in space, which you can see on Thursdays at 10 PM EST. We also have some other things in the panels below. Check out ruinc.com, erasivad.com, and tabletoploot.com, each one of which has between a 10 to 15% discount if you use one of my special codes. Lastly, we do have a tweet. Every 10 retweets this week will give the players an asset to use going forward, essentially a cipher. It will give them a cipher to use. So please head over and retweet. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. This week, okay, so everyone, let's say hello, who we are, who we're going to be playing today, and tell us your character sentence. We'll start with someone who is old hat at this by now. Alex.
Haha, I managed to unmute myself before I started talking. Hi, I'm Alex, or Dark Fox. I am playing Miles York, the cruel warrior who never says die.
Cruel warrior who never says die. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Flavour this week as well, guys. This week we are playing race car drivers, so our focuses and descriptors and everything affect how we are as a race car driver. Next around, we have Rai Recontour. Oh, hi, Michelle.
Today, I am playing Andra Nix, who is a strong-willed technology warrior who talks to machines.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Next around, we have Chris. We're in 83. Oh, hi, Chris. Chris.
Hello. I'm Chris. I'm playing Brian Spillner, a perceptive explorer that who never says die.
A perceptive explorer who never says die. 2 who never say die. Ooh, interesting. And lastly around, we have Jay Bambi, who has a reroll that is carried over from last week. Oh, hi, Jay.
You're muted. You are.
It is.
Haha.
I pushed the thing. I've got a little switch on my headset that mutes it. Hi. The reroll's good, is what I said and forgot. So I'm playing Penelope, who is an appealing speaker who controls beasts.
An appealing speaker who controls beasts. Fantastic. Well, why don't we start looking at what that means? Jay, why don't you tell us what happens to you when you are a speaker?
If you give me 3 seconds.
I'm doing exactly the same. You're opening the rulebook, yeah?
Page 44.
I mean... that actually probably is easier than typing speaker in this case.
I lost my rulebook. Where's it gone?
It says you're good with words and good with people. You talk your way past challenges and out of jams. You get people to do what you want. Sounds familiar. Sounds like a certain popular character from a certain race show. Speakers are smart and charismatic. They like people, and more important, they understand them. This is what helps people get others to do what needs to be done. Awesome. What does this give you? So you've got your stats, I guess. How have you distributed your stats?
I do.
Even?
So,
skewed?
Quite skewed. My might and speed are 9. My intellect is 19.
19? Damn. I'm guessing you've got some extra bonuses from your focuses and descriptors there, yeah?
Put everything in there. Yeah, one of them puts 2 extra in intellect, and then you get the 6 extra points. So I was just like,
All of it. All of it.
all of my special abilities focus around intellect. So
Fantastic. So, a first tier speaker, you have an intellect edge of 1. You can use 2 ciphers at a time. We'll probably ignore that, to be honest. It's only a one shot. Starting equipment will ignore if it makes sense that you've got it. You'll have it. And then you chose 4 special abilities.
I did. I actually found this really hard to do because I was thinking of what's her name? Have you seen Wreck-It Ralph with Vanellope? That's why I'm Penelope. But I was thinking of Vanellope because she's all cute and little.
Ah.
It's actually quite hard to find special abilities that match him with that. So I got enthrall. While talking, you grab the intention of the person or creature that you're talking to, even if they can't understand you, but they can't do anything as long as you're speaking to them unless they're attacked. I got understanding. You observe or study a creature or an object, and the next time you interact with it, the difficulty of the related task is reduced by 1. Fast talk. When talking with an intelligent creature that understands me and isn't hostile, I can convince them to do a reasonable action in the next round, agreed with the GM.
Okay, yeah.
And then I picked to raise memories because I like it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
See, I didn't realise you were going from Vanellope from that show that you just mentioned, and the name's already eluded me.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Thank you. I thought you might have been going for Penelope Pitstop, who's sort of a similar sort of character. Oh, Peter Perfect, will you fix my engine for me?
I did think of her as well. Wacky races, isn't it? God.
Oh yeah.
Love that show. But yeah, no, I was thinking of her as well.
Awesome. So next around we come to Chris. Chris, tell me, Brian, a warrior. No, did you say warrior or did you say explorer?
No. Explorer.
Explorer. What is it that an explorer gets?
Let me see here. Oops, I went too far. I just had it up and I lost it.
I couldn't find it either.
You're a person of action and physical ability. Fearlessly facing the unknowns, you travel to strange, exotic, and dangerous places and discover new things. This means you're physical, but also probably knowledgeable. Academics can be academics or well-studied. First or foremost, interested in action. They face grave dangers and terrible obstacles as a routine part of life. Fantastic. So, how have you stacked your pool of might, speed, and intellect?
I got might at 12, speed at 13, and intellect at 8.
Okay. So, you're fairly well balanced, really. Fairly. Yeah.
I try to go for balanced.
Yeah.
Not knowing exactly what'll help me where. I just figure if I'm well balanced, it'll probably go better.
Yeah, prepared for a wide variety of tasks rather than specializing in one. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
You have a might edge of 1. We'll explain edge in a moment. We'll get to that when we do the tutorial. You can use all sorts of weapons. You have starting equipment. Again, if it makes sense, we'll just say you've got it. And you get 4 special explorer abilities. What are your abilities?
Where is my mouse? I went with practice with all weapons, which means I can use any weapon. Danger sense, which is the difficulty on my initiative roll is reduced by 1 step.
Handy as a race car driver, quick off the mark.
Block, I automatically block the next melee attack made against me within the next minute. So that one costs 3 speed points. Decipher. If I spend 1 minute examining a piece of writing or code in a language I do not understand, I can make an intellect roll of difficulty 3 or higher based on complexity of language or code and get the gist of the message.
Fantastic.
Rapid recovery. My 10-minute recovery roll takes 1 action instead, so that you first your first 2 recovery rolls take 1 action. The third takes 1 hour, and the fourth takes 10 hours.
Excellent,
Oops.
excellent. That's
Wrong
okay.
button.
You've popped it. Now chat can see it. That's fine. So what this will mean?
And my last one's push on through.
Push on through. Fantastic. What this will mean for this one shot? The health will be the health of our vehicles. So it will be like quick mechanics in this case. You'll be able to just hop out and quickly, like, you know, just tighten a nut and that one's okay again, you know, and etc. etc. Fantastic, thank you. Let's go round to Andra Nix. Michelle, which class were you again? Sorry, was it a speaker?
Warrior.
Warrior? No.
Yeah. So, let's see. Where's the flavor text for warriors? So, physical, action-oriented people, more likely to overcome a challenge using force. Always ready for violence. And I actually took some stuff from the technology flavor as well.
Oh, okay, perfect, cool. So you get one effort again. You get a might edge of 1, and then special
Mine
abilities.
Is a speed edge.
Sorry.
Actually, took mine as a speed edge.
Oh yes, you can choose either way. Yeah, so you get the speed edge handy as a race car driver, of course. And what were the special abilities you went for?
So I took no need for weapons. So when I make an unarmed attack, such as a punch, it actually counts as a medium weapon. And then I took swipe, which is a quick attack that dazes your target for 1 round, during which it's a detriment for them. And then from the technology side, I took data jack, which lets me jack into a computer and get an asset on a task involving that person or object. And I also took Scramble Machine, which is you render a machine within short range unable to function, and it increases the difficulty of an action using that machine.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Next round, we have Mile York.
Okay, so I'm also playing a warrior.
You are?
I am.
So I guess, which edge did you take?
So I've got an extra edge, which gives me 1 edge in might and speed.
Ah, okay. So that's one of your abilities you chose, right? So you've got 3 others?
Yeah. I initially started with might.
Yeah.
And then picking up that just balanced it out quite nicely. Stats-wise, I've gone very heavy in might to give me a little bit more health to batter some people with. So I've got a might of 14, a speed of 12, and an intellect of 10.
So again, reasonably well balanced, right?
Yeah, just with a slight lean towards the health and physical strength. Abilities wise, I went with where is it? So I went with Bash. By spending 1 might point, I can make a pummeling melee attack. It inflicts 1 less point of damage than normal, but dazes the target for 1 round. And increases all of the difficulty of all tasks performed by 1 step to them, not me, which is quite handy because that's free.
Mm-hmm.
I took Pierce, which is where is it? Pierce. So by spending 1 speed point, I can make a well-aimed penetrating range attack and inflict 1 additional point of damage if the weapon has a sharp point. I then took Thrust, which is a 1 might point action. And where is that? Powerful melee stab. You make an attack and inflict 1 additional point of damage if your weapon has a sharp edge or point. And then I took the extra edge. And that's me.
Fantastic. Well, Alex, I think we'll stay with you as you describe to us, please, your descriptor.
Okay, I won't get it wrong this week.
Handy.
I will have to quickly flick to...
What was it again for us?
So it's cruel.
Cruel. Oh.
Yeah. Wherever that is page 69. So, misfortune and suffering do not move you. When another creature endures hardship, you find it hard to care. and you may even enjoy the pain and difficulty that person or creature experiences. So I get
+2 to your intellect pool, I can see.
Yeah, so that's cunning, and then I get an ability, or a passive ability called cruelty. I can choose to inflict 2 points less damage in any attack, and then it decreases the difficulty of the next attack I make against the target by 1.
Oof. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So that's quite nasty. I got some skills. I am trained in all aspects and tasks related to deception, intimidation, and persuasion when I interact with characters experiencing physical or emotional pain. On the downside, I have a hard time connecting with others, understanding their motives, or sharing feelings, anything like that. So the difficulty of any tasks to ascertain another character's motives or feelings is increased by 1 step.
Okay. Am I detecting that you've made a Dick Dastardly?
Not quite. I was actually just thinking, it depends. Has anyone ever seen a really, really campy old, I think it was 70s film called Death Race 2000? It was loosely what triggered the Carmageddon games. If anyone's... No? Okay. Well, there's a character in that called Frankenstein who is a very, very vindictive race car driver who just is out for himself, really. So,
Carmageddon, though.
Carmageddon's amazing.
That sounds great.
Carmageddon is amazing.
It sounds pretty good. Pretty good. So next we come around to Danielle. Definitely Danielle, not Michelle. Who said that? Danielle, what is your descriptor?
I chose strong-willed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's tough-minded, willful, and independent. No one can talk you into anything or change your mind. Doesn't necessarily make you smart, but it does make you a bastion of willpower and resolve. So for that, I get +4 to my intellect pool. I am trained in resisting mental effects, as well as tasks requiring incredible focus or concentration.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But my inability is that the willful doesn't mean brilliant, so the difficulty of any task that involves figuring out puzzles or problems, memorizing things, or using lore is increased by 1 step.
Fantastic. I like it. I like it a lot. Awesome. We're going to ignore the initial starting links to Adventure today because we're all here because we want to run a race, of course. So next we come around to Chris. Chris, what is your descriptor today?
I went with perceptive. And that is you miss little, you pick out the small details in the world around you and are skilled at making deductions from the information you find. Your talent makes you an exceptional sleuth, a formidable scientist, or a talented scout. As adept as you are finding clues, you have no skill at picking up on social cues. It kind of sounds like me. You overlook an offense that your deductions give or how uncomfortable your scrutiny can make the people around you. You tend to dismiss others as being intellectual dwarfs compared to you, which avails you little when you need a favor. So I gained 2 in my intellect pool, and then I got a bunch of skills.
Yeah.
I have an eye for detail. I'm trained in tasks that involve finding and noticing small details. You know a little bit about everything. Trained in tasks that involve, let me go back to the top, identifying objects or calling mind to mind or details. I am skilled at making deductions. Can be imposing. You're trained in any task that involves intimidating another creature. Inability, my confidence comes off as arrogance to people who don't know you. The difficulty of any task involving positive social interactions increases by 1 step.
Okay.
Links and additional equipment, which we don't need.
True, but I think this one is an important one. You are
Yeah,
equipped to make repairs on the fly. You have the tools required. So where others might have to, jury rig something together, you're more likely to be holding a wrench or something. Awesome. Fantastic. And so, Jay, what is your descriptor?
Nearly. My descriptor is appealing. So, my cute little character Is very attractive to others, likable, charismatic, got that special something. Just making sure that we are doing the right thing. We are descriptor, that is right.
That's correct. Yep. Yep.
People like her. They want to be a friend. They want to help her. So she gets +2 to her intellect pool. Trained in pleasant social interactions. Aware of how others can manipulate and charm people. So trying to do that doesn't work on her, basically.
Okay, so you are very charming and resistant to being charmed. Lovely. Jay, why don't we stay with you for your focus?
Okay, I like my focus. It's page 111. I wrote it down, so I didn't have to try and search like I did last time.
What was it again for us?
Controls beasts.
Controls beasts. Yeah, I'm there.
Why do I struggle so much with finding it? Yeah, so I have a way with animals. Mastering communication is uncanny. They come to me fearlessly, not uncommon for birds, still be all over me. Little small animals climb up my arms and legs.
You probably wear tough clothing and have a disheveled or grizzled appearance.
No, I'm ignoring that one. Mm-mm-mm.
Okay, so we're going for Disney princess rather than...
Yeah, I
Okay.
totally am. Penelope from Wreck-It Ralph is a Disney princess, technically. So I figured that one. Yeah, so she's got very tough clothing, but you know, she's made them all pretty. So my tier 1 that I get with this is I get a beast companion. I get a level 2 creature that's my size or smaller. So I have a bobcat called Bonbon.
Funny you mention that. We just had a creature in the last game that we called Bonbon. I kid you not.
Totally fluke. I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, no,
Total fluke.
we had a simic creature that looked like a hammerhead shark that we named Bonbon.
I went with Bonbon because Penelope is like the queen of the candy land or whatever she is. She has lots of sweets, so it's called Bonbon. And he's a bobcat. It's a big bobcat.
I was thinking more. No.
Thinking what, sorry?
Yeah, there's chat already. Bonbon returns.
So, me and the GM work out the details of him. I can make rolls of him in combat or when he takes actions. Beast Companion acts on my turn, and his movement is based on its creature type, whether it's an avian, swimmer. No, it's a giant cat.
So
So,
what you're saying is you've got a co-driver.
Yeah,
yeah, bit like
Ah.
Muttley.
Yeah, definitely.
But instead of being like a proper bobcat or like Lynx, he's like a house cat, just really big.
I'm trying to remember the name of my favourite character from that. You know the one with the bear? I forgot his name.
I know which one you mean.
But like, you know, they'd be going along like in the Hill Bob Chug-a-Lug or whatever it was called, and be like, he'd be like, "Don't worry about nothing, everything's fine."
I love Wacky Races so
Brilliant.
much.
So-
Yeah,
Go on.
if my beast dies, I can go and hunt in the wild for a new one.
I don't think.
Wow,
you need to,
replaceable.
I don't think you'll
Jeez.
need to worry about your companion dying this
Yep.
round.
Please don't kill Bonbon.
No, your health relates to your car health. If you are knocked out, you go to half speed. If you lose all your speed, your car stops. Intellect will say is you quitting the race because you give up trying to fix it.
How quick can the bobcats run?
Well, fairly quick, I guess. Okay, so Chris, what is your focus?
Never says die.
Never says die, and I should keep this one open, right, Alex?
Yes, please.
I like a stalwart, hardy, and driven can be imagined. When others are ready to quit, you're just getting started. You probably don't spend a lot of time on your appearance. It's far less important than actions. For that matter, so are words. You're likely not much of a talker. You're a doer. Characters with this focus are sometimes called stalwarts or diehards. I'll be more diehard than anything. They often are soldiers, mercenaries, or tough as nails individuals, but sometimes take more heroic stance. A character who is hard to kill is around longer to help others after all. And then a bunch of connection stuff. And minor effect suggestion, you restore 2 points to your might pool. Major effect is difficulty of your next action is decreased by 2 steps.
Yeah, please make note of your minor and major effects. These are what happen when we roll 19s or 20s on the on our rolls. So that's when they become important. Just make a note of them somewhere, and they're literally just suggestions for what might happen. If something more appropriate might happen, we often end up buffing them a little bit in one-shots because they're usually a bit low-powered because you don't want them to affect a whole campaign. But in a one-shot, who cares? Next around, Danielle. Oh, hi. What is your focus?
I chose Talks to Machines.
Talks to Machines, lovely.
Yep, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. So my character has an affinity for machines and the ability to use her organic brain like a computer, interfacing wirelessly with any electronic device. You can control and influence them in ways that others can't. So what my tier 1 ability is, I am trained in all tasks involving electrical machines, and I have an ability called distant activation. I can activate or deactivate any machine you can see within short range, even if normally you would have to touch or manually operate the device. I must understand the function of the machine, it must be my size or smaller, and it can't be connected to another intelligence or be intelligent itself.
Okay, fantastic. Well, that makes perfect sense to me. Yeah. Okay, so it's maybe some long distance stuff there. I'm getting Professor Pat Pending all of a sudden. And it says you also get a bag of small tools, correct?
I do.
Good, that's good to have, and your minor and major effect suggestions, we'll just keep note of those as well. Alex, I think we'll skim through yours, because Chris has exactly the same one, so, I mean, it makes sense just to... Cool. So, today, our tutorial is going to be different. We're not going to do the doors tutorial today, everyone. We're going to do a slightly different tutorial. We are going to do a starting grid tutorial. This will determine your starting position in the race. I would like everyone to roll me an initiative roll. That is in the center of the screen, where your character sheet is. It'll be initiative. It should be in skills speed.
I'm glad you said skill speed because I can never bloody find it.
That's exactly what he did.
Did you see my blank expression while I was trying to find it? I don't know why I could never find it.
So it looks like we're just waiting on Chris's one. And Chris, you're trained, right? So you get +3 to this.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I'm pushing the button, but it's not.
Could be a pop-up appearing behind your character sheet. Might be asking you about difficulty. Yeah, leave that as 0.
Okay.
We'll explain effort in just a moment.
There you go.
But you should be trained. So hang on, I'll just update your character sheet to make you trained in that.
Yeah, I just changed it.
You just changed it? Brilliant. So that'll give you +3, which does in fact put you in the lead. What this means is, as we start off, the red light, amber light, green light, when Brian Spillner puts his foot down, his car goes. Difficulty 0 check. Essentially, you've reduced the difficulty so low that there is no problems for you getting started. This is a free action. It's how we describe things in Cypher system. They are free to proc. If you want to do something a special way, like if you want to do a wheelie off the start line or something like that, we can do a dice roll. The only time it will have an effect is if you roll a natural 1.
Okay.
Okay. So, let's see. We've got 2 7s. Both of you roll me a d6.
You missed the /.
That's the one. I couldn't remember what it was. I was going to ask you.
We're not amateurs, honest.
I am permanent amateur. I can be 60 and I'll still claim it.
Oh, god damn it.
So, away flies Penelope after a small problem. You have an engine stall. Your engine stalls for a second. To get the engine back going again, you might need to do a quick inspection. You might just try restarting it again. It's up to you how you fix this problem, but it's going to be difficulty free. What this means, people, when we set a difficulty, you roll a d20, and the d20 divided by 3 has to be a higher number than the difficulty rating. Because we are using a lovely Roll20 form, all we'll do is we'll decide what kind of thing it is, what sort of skills we can use. You can barter with me for the difficulty level. And from there, we will roll the dice. So, Penelope, how are you dealing with this difficulty-free problem?
I'm going to... How much is it? So, Alex is near me, I'm assuming.
Everyone is. You're on a starting grid.
Can I use my fast talk to get one of them to help me?
I don't see why not.
Convince the creature to take a reasonable action in the next round.
Interesting thing about this episode, because we are all racing against each other, we're going to do something that isn't often done in Cypher. There will be the occasional PvP roll, but this is not combat, this is racing ability. So, Penelope, why don't you give me a fast talk? What is there a roll for that?
No, it cost me an intellect point, but I have an edge. So.
Yes, so here we can explain the internet edge. When you have an edge in something, anything that costs you points to do will cost you 1 less. So if a skill costs you 1 intellect point and you have an intellect edge, the skill is free. If it costs you 2 and you have an intellect edge, it only costs you 1. Okay?
Which is this one. But yeah, it basically just says, you know, I can kind of convince them to do something for me, as long as it doesn't put them in danger and it's not completely out of character for something they would do. But seeing as they're also race car drivers, it would figure that they would be able to actually help me with that.
Okay, so why don't you make me an intellect roll anyway, just difficulty 0, just set us a ballpark.
I shall do.
That's not the best roll.
It's nice. What a 0 difficulty.
Mile York. Penelope is trying to convince you to help her fix her car.
Okay.
Would you like to go and help fix her car, or would you try to resist this?
Not even slightly. I'm going to try and resist.
Please roll me an intellect roll of difficulty 1.
Okay. Come on,
I'll tell you what we'll do, actually. We'll call it difficulty 2. When we do this, we'll double it, because you can't actually reach the upper echelons of the scores anyway, so we'll double it. Difficulty 2.
Okay.
So, there we have...
That was a good roll.
Alex, what Alex did there, he did intellect roll, he put in difficulty 2, rolled it, and it's come up success. So, Miles, you're probably focusing on your own engine problems, but we'll get to those in a minute. So, Penelope, it falls on deaf ears. Miles is busy fixing his own engine. Brian's gone steaming away.
Guess I'll do it myself. But Bonbon's gonna sit there and stare at him with a death glare.
Of course, of course. Do you have any assets that you could use to help you fix this engine problem?
I don't think so. I'm trained in pleasant social interactions. Can I talk nicely to the car? Is that a social interaction? No, I have seen people talk to their cars. They do it all the time. They name them, they give them genders and everything. So...
Shush. I've never done that.
Not unreasonable.
Hashtag called out.
Triggered.
My first car was the Millennium Falcon. It was great. 1992 Nissan Micra in just the right shade of silver that you could mistake it for the Millennium Falcon colour. Anyway, that's enough of that. So, it's a difficulty-free check. I'm afraid talking to the car is not going to reduce the difficulty.
It's worth a try.
This can be any role you like. You can try and quickly do it. You can try and figure out what's wrong with it and fix it. You can try and brute force it into working. It's absolutely up to you.
I'm gonna go with intellect because I have a higher intellect.
Okay.
Not that makes a difference on the roll, but it seems like the kind of thing they do. My might and speed are not very high, so I'll probably be there after everyone else has left if I try them.
So it's difficulty free. Would you like to spend any effort? So what this means, when you spend effort, you spend 3 points out of one of your pools to reduce the difficulty by 1 level.
We get these back, don't we?
Yes, this is just a tutorial. You will get these back.
Oh, good. I used 2 effort then.
Okay, that will cost you. Well, you've got Intellect Edge, so 5 points.
Alright, so difficulty I submit still a 3, isn't it?
You put down the difficulty as 3, and then 2 levels of effort. Why do we want our intellect pools, speed pools, and might pools to cost less? Because they represent our car health this week. If your might pool gets down to 0, your car has a fault and will start moving at half speed. If your speed pool hits 0, which is the order of things going, if you take damage, first might pool, then speed pool. If your speed pool gets down to 0, your car is unable to move. And then if your intellect gets down to 0, that will mean that your character gives up. They quit the race. They've had enough. They go home.
They did not catch the pigeon.
They did not catch the pigeon. So, rolled a 4, which narrowly beats a difficulty 1. So, thank God.
I don't know what's going on with my rolls today.
Almost Penelope is sweating, trying to get this thing working. As it happens, it sputters into life, and you roar away. Next was Mile York. Mile, you've got your own engine problems. Your engine, it didn't even try to start. It didn't stall or anything. It just didn't even turn over. Sounds like maybe the battery's dead or something like that. You're going to need to figure it out, though. Difficulty 6 check.
Well, I'm not particularly thoughtful or caring about my machines, so I'm going to take a monkey wrench out of the toolbox that I've got on the passenger seat and then just repeatedly pummel the engine until it blasts.
Cool. Okay, so that'll be a might roll of difficulty 6.
Fair enough.
Do you have any assets or anything that you could use to try and reduce the difficulty? Any skills?
No, unless I'm trying to intimidate the car. I don't think I could do that somehow.
I mean, I didn't allow it for Penelope, so I can't allow it for you, I'm afraid.
No, not really.
Penelope had a valid point.
Right, so I will make a might roll, and I will... Did you say 6?
I did, difficulty 6. Nearly impossible. Difficulty 6, everyone, would be an 18 or higher on a d20. Once you hit difficulty 7, and the difficulties go all the way up to 10, once you hit difficulty 7, it becomes impossible, and you have to use effort or skills to reduce the difficulty to make it possible.
So I would like to spend some effort, please.
Okay.
I would like to also spend 2 effort.
Also spending 2 effort. Okay.
Which costs me 5 points, which is fine. Oh!
What a roll! What a roll! So you smash the living hell out of this engine, and eventually you beat it into submission. Somehow you hit the ignition or something, and the pistons start turning. It's turning over. It's working. It works. Whatever it is, it works. Who cares? You just throw the spanner under the bonnet. I imagine you seem like that kind of guy, and hop in the driver's seat, and you leave. You go into the race. Lastly, with the lowest initiative roll, we find Andra Nix. Andra, not only did your car did sort of start to start, but then you see smoke rising from under the bonnet.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
This will be a difficulty 8 check.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Something is massively wrong with this engine.
Okay. Well, I am trained with all tasks involving electrical machines. Does that help me?
That will reduce your difficulty by 1, so we're now at difficulty 7.
Okay.
Nearly possible.
Okay. I also have a bag of tools with me.
That is an asset. That will take it down to difficulty 6. We are in the realms of possibility now.
Yes. Okay. So you said it did turn on, but there's just a lot of smoke running around, right?
Yeah, it's one of 2 things usually. Radiator's gone, or engine fire.
Okay. Can I use my data jack ability to, like, hack into the car and find out what's wrong?
Yes, you can do that. How this would work in the game is that would cost you a turn. So every turn in like essentially the whole thing is going to essentially be combat. We're going to use a combat scenario for pacing this whole thing. You'd have to take one. You only get one action per turn. You can choose to move, use actions, or bonus actions. Movement in this, we will talk about accelerating or decelerating. So if you move at constant speed, we will assume you maintain that constant speed and you can perform actions whilst you're doing so. But if you want to slow down or you want to speed up, that will cost you an action.
Sure. Okay, well in that case, I suppose I will just spend some effort.
Mm-hmm. We'll let you do that though. You can take one turn to do it and then another turn gives you another asset. You now have difficulty 5.
I'll just try it. I'll just spend some effort and give it a go.
Okay. So how would you like to try and fix this? Would it be using your brute force, your nimble fingers, or your brain power?
I'm gonna go with nimble fingers.
Okay. So that'll be a speed roll.
Okay.
Difficulty 5.
All right.
And then when you click OK, it'll offer you to spend effort.
Why not? I'll spend 2. Yay!
There it is. There it is. With 2 effort, that reduces it down to a difficulty 3, and you succeed. The car roars away from the start line, and they are off. We begin the race proper. So the racing order as we get started. At the front, we have the Manhattan Mafia men in their open-top shop car. Second place, the yodeling old Wilbur and his country cousins. Third place, we have Brian Spillner. Brian, what does your vehicle look like?
Nissan GTR.
This is GTR. You just bought along a straight-up modded car. Nice. Fantastic. Next, we have Hallowed Henry in the Cosmic Coupe, which looks a lot like a Ghost Train car. Next, we have Penelope. Penelope, what does your car look like?
I want like a hot pink MX-5.
Hot pink
That's
MX-5. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, top down, top up?
Down.
Of course. Of course, silly question. Cruising along in your pink MX-5, beautiful. Next, we have Siegfried Sam and the Nihilistic Nightmare with his bothersome buddy George, the giraffe. They are driving in what looks like an old converted Cadillac. It's just a mess of a vehicle. Next, we have Mile York, but Mile York is AFK, so we skip instead to Andra Nix. What does your car look like, Andra?
Probably like a red Lamborghini. Something really sleek and sci-fi-y.
Very nice. Okay. Red Lamborghini. Beautiful. We have hit 14 retweets, which means we do have a Cypher to give out. So I'll roll a d4. We'll do it in the original order we went round. I believe we started with Alex. I'm doing it typing it in Zoom chat isn't going to help us, is it? Slash 1d4. So Alex will be 1. Ryrakentor 2, Chris1833, and J4. I've clicked off of things, there we go. A 3! Brian, you gain an asset. I will pass you a card.
I love the retweet assets. It's great.
Isn't it?
It's super cool.
Okay. There you go. You have been dealt a random asset. It is now just above your little player token. You should see a little green card.
Yeah.
This may help you during your thing. You don't have to reveal it to us. You can reveal it to us if you want to.
So if I click on it right now, will it reveal to you guys?
If you click on it, it should just show you what it is.
Okay.
Awesome. So, Mile, we skipped over you in the turn order. You are ahead of Andra Nix, but behind Siegfried. What did I call him? Siegfried Sam in the Nihilistic Nightmare.
Is this what you were giggling about earlier?
Yes, with his bothersome buddy George, the giraffe. Mile, what does your car look like?
So it is a lime green 1969 Corvette Stingray.
Ooh. Ooh.
Very nice.
Very, very nice indeed.
Yeah. With oversized tires and an interesting feature piece on the bonnet.
I've posted it in chat.
Thank you. I was going to copy and paste it.
Beat you to it.
Oh,
Twitch chat.
oh.
Click on the link you
Look
can
at
see.
that.
Oh, wow. That's something else.
I know, right?
Awesome. Okay, fantastic. So we have our vehicles. Oh, at the very back, holding up the entire race, are the Beer Brothers in their overturned tankard car. It's a novelty car. They're swaying all over the road. They probably shouldn't be on the road. They're a danger to everyone. So, everyone, let's roll some more initiative. It's going to be a series of initiative rolls followed by actions this week. It's going to be a bit like if any of you have played Greyhawk D&D, where you roll initiative at the start of every round. It's going to be a bit like that.
Oh, that was a good roll. That was okay. Fine.
Yay! No more rolling fours, hopefully.
Let me just note down the order that I put people in.
No, Madrig, my car's got this whole little arm. Holds my tea for me. I can drink it while I'm driving. Not have to take my hands off the wheel.
Or Bonbon just takes over while you're just sipping away.
Yeah, Bonbon has a go.
Bon's the best. They have all kinds of beer. I don't think they even know what beer.
Oh, how could I forget? I forgot our femme fatale. Our femme fatale, whose name I've forgotten. Femme fatale Fiona. I didn't forget her. I just didn't press enter, so she didn't have 9.
Misplaced.
Yeah, just misplaced for a second. There's another person as well, but he's a secret, so I'll keep him quiet. Or they are a secret, you don't really know sure who they are. I'm going to stick the femme fatale up behind Hallowed Harry. And let's see, we have next Penelope in there. Okay, so let's see who got the highest initiative order. It is Jay. Jay got the highest initiative order. So Jay, Penelope is behind the femme fatale Fiona. You may attempt to try and make a pass. You may attempt to try and change the way they are driving. You can see that they are looking behind, back at you as they are driving. Their car is it's a little coupe. It's been heavily modified, so it's not quite as much as Mile York's, admittedly, but it's you know that you can tell there's something different going on under the bonnet. It might have some tricks up their sleeve. How would you like to approach this, Penelope?
I'm gonna drive into them.
You're going to bash them?
I am.
Do you have any skills to aid you in this?
I don't think so. Oh, wait a minute. Did you say she's looking at me?
Looking over her shoulder back at you.
How close is she? Like, if I said something to her, would she be able to hear me?
Possibly.
Can I enthrall her? So as long as I'm speaking to her, she does no other actions other than to defend herself. She's just looking at me while driving a car.
Yeah, you can start speaking to her, and she will indeed be enthralled. What is your ability cost? Is it a free maneuver?
Yes, because of my edge point.
Fantastic. So as you are doing this, you get the free thing. Can you please roll me an intellect roll of difficulty 2? They are a difficulty 2 person.
Hey.
They are enthralled for this turn. For now, on the straight, they seem fine, as they're not adjusting or anything. They're just looking at you, enthralled.
How far's the nearest corner?
Probably not too far. There's a slight bend in the road. Next is Mile York. Mile, you are behind Siegfried Sam and the Nihilistic Nightmare.
Well, that's not a position I want to be in, ever. So,
Sorry, not the femme fatale, of course. We are behind Siegfried Sam.
Well, I am going to attempt to overtake them. Somehow.
Just try and pass them.
Just straight past them.
Okay, in that case, please make me a speed roll.
Their hunker junk has got absolutely nothing, compared to the rampant reptile. Speed roll. Any particular difficulty?
To pass Siegfried Sam is going to be a difficulty-free action.
Wow.
They're actually a surprisingly good race driver. They just often get distracted.
Well, let's throw some effort in there for good measure. So I'm going to spend 1 effort. Giving me 2 points. And there we go.
There is a success. Now, may I offer you a intrusion for 2 XP?
You may.
As you go to pass... whoops. As you go to pass them, George leans out of the Nihilistic Nightmare window with a bucket of nails and starts pouring them onto the floor. We'll get to that on your next turn, as you are trying to pass them on this turn. So next we go to Andra Nix, who is behind Mile York. You can see these pins also spilling onto the ground. Mile, who will you give the other XP to?
I think it'll be Brian.
It's going to be Brian, lovely. What do we want XP for, everyone? XP, you can use 1 XP to re-roll your roll. You can also use 2 XP to do a player intrusion, the same way that I do DM intrusions. So you can just do exactly what I did just then, which is I'm going to throw something in which is going to mess it up for you. So, Andra, as you are approaching, you can see these pins falling onto the floor as Mile accepted this intrusion. What do you do?
Can I try to dodge out of the way and get around both cars?
Ooh, interesting. We'll do it on a sliding scale. If you beat difficulty 3, you will avoid the pins. If you beat difficulty 5, you will also pass both cars.
Okay. This is a speed check?
It is a speed check, yes.
Okay, so I have an edge of 1. Does that bring both of those down?
The edge doesn't bring the difficulty down. The edge reduces the cost of using effort.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I guess I will spend 1 effort on this.
Okay.
So do you want me to put difficulty 5 in?
Put in difficulty 3, and if it happens to be difficulty 5, happy days.
Okay, cool.
I can hear a little bit of music echo from one of you. Oh!
Well done!
Nat 20! Okay, so what is your major effect? suggestion.
So my major effect is the duration of any influence or control I have over a machine becomes 24 hours.
I don't think that's going to be particularly useful. How about instead your car gets some sort of turbocharge or something?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so from now on, every speed check for the next, let's call it for the next 5 turns, your speed checks will be reduced by 1 difficulty.
Sweet.
Hey, and thank you very much, Mad Rogue, who donates to give Mile, Andra, and Brian a re-roll each. Sorry, Penelope, you already have a re-roll, so I guess you missed out this time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So I've just seen chat as someone's finally beaten the tomb. Brilliant. So, fantastic. So, next 5 rolls, 5 turns. Easy. Easy, 1 level. Got it. So, let's see. Who's next in the initiative order? It must, I think, be... Yes, Brian. Brian Spillner. Brian behind the yodeling old Wilbur.
I'm behind him.
You are behind yodeling old Wilbur. Indeed you are.
I will try to pass.
Okay.
God, I loved your music choices for all of the different cars.
So that'll be a speed roll, I imagine.
Yes, it will. It'll be a speed roll to try and pass. Yodeling old Wilbur, he is a difficulty-free character, so it'll be a difficulty-free speed roll.
Just want to see if I have anything. That's terrain. Oops. God dang, I gotta stop pushing the wrong buttons. Difficulty 3.
Oh my!
Oh my gosh!
The second nat 20! So you asked a question in the Zoom chat a second ago. The answer is yes. Would you be happy with the same effect as Andra, or would you prefer something based on your major effect suggestion?
No, I'll take the same thing as Andra.
Yeah, so you have like you said, a bottle of nitrous in your car, which you can just start using, and your speed rolls become 1 difficulty easier each round. You go speeding past yodeling old Wilbur. May I offer you an intrusion? 1 XP for you, 1 XP for a friend. You don't have to say yes.
Sure, why not?
As you go past, you see yodeling old Wilbur getting his cousins to be like, "Come on, they're gonna beat us! Look at that city slicker go! Get shoveling that coal in that furnace, boys, go!" And they start shoveling coal into their furnace, and you can see their car not as fast as your nitrous, but picking up speed behind you. Are we at the end? Has everyone had a turn?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Yep. So now, let's see. At the front, we have the Manhattan Men, who are going to fire behind them towards who is now in second place, which is Brian. So let's get the old Mafia Men up. The Mafia Men pull out machine guns in the back of their open top shop car. They pull them out of violin cases and start firing backwards at you. Brian, can you please make a speed defense roll? Of course, it is 1 difficulty easier because of your nitrous.
So just standard speed?
Yeah,
like I do it in speed roll, okay.
Just like a normal speed roll. We just say defense because you're defending.
Okay, and you said it was 1 minus, so that would be a 2?
Yes.
Okay. Oh no!
So with that, the bullets ricochet off of your car, doing 2 might damage. Please take 2 might damage off of your vehicle. However, you are fine. All of the characters are safe in this episode. But your car does get hit with bullets, and you may want to be more cautious about the way you pass them. Yodeling or Wilbur's already done something. Hallowed. Next up is Hallowed Harry in the Cosmic Coupe. In the Cosmic Coupe, he is going to. He's got a pet dragon, of course, and the pet dragon is going to start flapping its wings to go for super dragon power as the Hallowed Harry begins picking up speed also. Next down the list, we have the Femme Fatale, who's had a turn. Penelope, Siegfried, Sam, Miles York. Ah, the Beer Brothers. The Beer Brothers right at the back. The Beer Brothers. They are just sloshing all over the road. They have started a game of waterfall. They are both downing pints of lager. And they see an a beer garden on the side of the road, and they stop to go and have a drink.
Well, that's not good in racing.
Yeah, they're not the most committed. We're not even really sure if they know they're racing.
They're just on a pub crawl.
You might notice as well, they've got around the drink driving rule. Their car doesn't actually have an engine, they're just running with a cardboard box on.
Flintstone style.
Flintstones, yeah.
So we go back to the top of the round. Why doesn't everyone roll me an initiative roll, please? So this time it will look like it is Brian's turn first. Brian, having just been fired on by the Manhattan men ahead, what is your decision?
I will try to pass them. Maybe while passing them, maybe dig into my bag of tools and find a tool I may not need and try to throw it at them to make them weave around.
Okay, so you can choose. You can either try to accelerate past them, or you can just slowly come alongside them and try and throw the tool at them. One or the other. You can't do two.
I'll try to run them off the road. How's that?
Yeah, you can totally try and run them off the road. Is that a might roll?
I would think so.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any abilities that will make this easier than difficulty free consistency?
I think I might, but I'm not 100% sure. I know I had something with intimidation, but I don't know if that'll really help in that one. I don't think I do.
You could try and psych them out. That's definitely a thing in racing. Especially if you're throwing a wrench at them.
Well, I am practiced with all weapons. Not that really helps, I suppose.
A wrench is a weapon, sort of.
Yeah, that totally helps.
Yeah, I'd say that totally helps. I'd say with a combination of the two, it's definitely difficulty 2.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
Oh! So that will do an extra 2 damage. As you throw the wrench, their car is damaged by 2 points, and you can see one of these guys with a fag in his mouth. He's like, "Hey, you keep that up, you're gonna be sleeping with the fishes, see?" However, they don't do anything. I'm going to wait until the end. Next, in the initiative order, we have Andra Nix. Andra Nix, you are currently ahead of Siegfried, Sam, and Miles York. Ahead of you is Penelope and a distracted Femme Fatale.
Okay. Well, can I shut the Femme Fatale's car off? Using my distant activation ability?
don't see why not. They're completely distracted. So we're going to actually use Penelope as an asset here, despite you racing against each other. So this, instead of being difficulty 3, will be difficulty 2.
Okay. Oh no!
Oh, you do have a reroll, remember, if you'd like to reroll it.
Sure, why not?
What's the worst that can happen? Box bet. Hashtag not sponsored. Hey! Just by the skin of your teeth.
Barely.
So you managed to switch their engine off. Them, distracted by Penelope, do nothing as their car begins to roll to a stop. Penelope and Andra, you both overtake the femme fatale. Next is Penelope's turn. Penelope, you've just passed the femme fatale. Ahead of you, you've got Hallowed Harry, but behind you, you have Andra Nix. What would you like to do?
Gonna try and overtake / get away from Andra. I'm assuming I saw what she did to the car, like to their car.
You'll notice that their car just suddenly cut out, and instead of careering towards the corner as you were hoping, they just rolled to a stop.
Yeah, I'm going to try and move away from Andra and overtake whoever it was that was in front of me.
Okay, trying to speed ahead away from them. So you need to get past Hallowed Harry, who was using his dragon wing power to get faster speed, making him a difficulty 4 character rather than a difficulty 3.
I don't think I actually have anything that will help.
Okay.
How long ago did the race start?
We're like a couple of rounds in. We're on the first couple of corners, I suppose.
Okay. I'm just going to try and overtake him, but I'm going a speed that I'm assuming that will come under.
That would come under speed, yes. It will be a speed difficulty 4. Remember, in this game, your health pools will make up your car's health.
Yeah, it is.
As we willy-nilly spend effort to get ahead, and we're only on the first corner.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just going to attempt to overtake him on the 4, which is 12, and see what happens.
Oh.
How many nat 20s this session? Some weeks you go whole sessions without seeing any. Today we've had 3 already. What is your major effect?
My major effect is the duration of calmness or control extends for 24 hours.
So that's not ideal.
I feel that doesn't help very much.
Yeah, no. Maybe instead you could activate some sort of special power or something for your car. What do you think your car might have that other cars might not?
Little pink spikes that come out the wheels.
Okay, you have little pink spikes that come out the wheels. You will now have
big pink spikes, but big enough, yeah.
You'll have a permanent +1 to damage when you try to ram anyone.
Brilliant. Pink and glittery, I'm going to say.
Pink and glittery, of course.
It's important.
It is. It's crucially important. So Andronix, as you see the femme fatale slow down, you can also see Penelope careering around the Hallowed Harry in his spooky cosmic coupe. And we go instead ahead to Mile York. Mile York, who is still neck and neck with Siegfried Sam, as Siegfried Sam pulls nails in front of your car.
Unacceptable. I will...
You've gone a bit crackly.
Typically, yes, of course. I try and do something and then my computer just hates me. So, Miles is going to make it look like he's steering away from the nails, like a bit of a feint. So I'm going to go, and then like plow straight into the side of their car.
So hang a minute. How are you doing it again?
So we're alongside each other at the moment,
Uh-huh.
and they're pouring nails in between.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to turn to move away, keeping neck and neck, but turn away from them.
Uh-huh.
So they think, aha, we're fine. And then I'm just going to careen straight into the side of their car.
Okay, let's do it. Why don't you give me... they are a difficulty-free character. They use their go to try and attack you instead of doing anything else. So as you roll this defense roll, perhaps you can turn it into an attack instead. That will be...
That's the plan.
I think it will be speed to avoid.
Okay.
And you'll do reduced damage if you hit, because you're avoiding mostly.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Rules lawyer in my head's questioning whether this is legal.
So, would it be considered that the front of my car could be a sharp point, or could have a sharp point?
Those teeth at the front that you showed us in that image?
Yeah.
You're going to try and T-bone them.
I'm going to use my ability, Pierce, which means using a well-aimed attack. I do... Hold on. It keeps cycling around. There we go. I make an attack and inflict 1 additional point of damage, so I'm only going to do 1 less, which is fine. I can live with that. There we go.
Would say you have the choice. You can either make the pierce attack and suffer the damage of the nails, or you can make a defense move this round with a mild shunt and use the pierce attack next round.
Okay, yeah, no, I like that idea. Let's do that instead.
Okay.
So, what would you like out of me? Just a speed dodge roll.
Speed dodge roll. Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool. What was it? Difficulty 3.
I believe so.
Here goes nothing.
Woohoo! You succeed. You succeed on the speed defense roll. You dodge out of the way of the spikes. George's head follows you because he's got a long neck, trying to pull nails in front of you, but you manage to get away. And that will be your turn. Thank you for letting me intrude. Okay, so the Manhattan Men didn't do anything. It could be their time to shine. As fancy that for music timing as well, right? As the Manhattan Men, they are going to return fire. They're going to try and do a drive-by on Brian. Brian, please make another speed defense roll, as difficulty 3, as they rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat. Ooh, you do have a reroll if you'd like to use it.
Yeah, I think I'll use that.
Okay.
Speed, right?
Speed indeed.
But I get, because of my nat 20, I still get 1 less. Am I correct?
Correct. So you only need a difficulty 2 to avoid this attack.
Okay. Ooh, that's not good.
Ooh, I get a free intrusion. The free intrusion is that one of the bullets hits one of your tires, and you can feel the flat go, and it will put you back into second. because you are so adept at fixing cars on the move, we'll say that you can change this tire whilst you are rolling, but it will cost you 1 action on your turn.
That's fair.
It'd be the equivalent of a recovery roll. However, the mobsters laugh and drive ahead. I warned him. I told him all about it. We saw it right, all right. Yodeling Wilbur with his cousins furiously shoveling coal into their furnace come roaring ahead with their coal power. It's now difficulty 4 as they try to overtake you. They're not trying to attack, they just try to overtake. Please roll defensively to maneuver in their way.
Speed or might?
Decision is yours. You can either nimbly stay in front of them or wait until they come alongside and ram them. Hey, Alex, thank you for the sub.
I will...
Oh, it was gifted. Thanks, Jam.
Thank you, Jamsong.
You said 4, right?
4, but you still have your nitrous, so it'll be difficulty 3. There you go. You managed to nimbly just stay in front of them as they're like, "Hey, you're blocking up the road. Let us pass. You got a flat tire."
As I'm hanging out the window trying to fix it.
Let's see. We'll go next to Hallowed Henry, who Penelope just overtook, and he's looking ahead like, "How has this happened?" However, rather than trying to speed ahead and take the place back, he's more worried about Andrew Nix, as he was looking in his rearview mirror when he saw Andrew Nix disable Femme Fatale Fiona's car. So he's going to use his spooky ghost power to try and put you off overtaking Andrew. This is going to be an attack of the mind. Please make me an intellect defense.
Okay.
Except, of course,
so I am trained in resisting mental effects, so will that reduce the difficulty?
Yes, that would. That makes it a difficulty 2 instead of difficulty 3.
Sweet. So this is an intellect roll?
Intellect, yes. Intellect defense.
All good.
Okay, so yeah, difficulty 4. A spooky ghost flies out of the back of the coupe and goes backwards. It actually is going to affect everyone behind, but fortunately, I believe it's only really
Me.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's yeah. So Mile York, please also make a difficulty 3 intellect defense. As this spooky ghost comes flying straight at you. Woo! Thank you so much, Gemsong. 20 gift subs in the channel. Who else is behind? Femme Fatale is trying to fix her car. She dives under the bonnet when she sees the thing coming. And the Beer Brothers are currently in a bar and not racing at all.
Drunk, they don't even notice.
They're the real winners.
The ghost passes by Siegfried Sam and joins them in the pub. They buy it around. And so after Hallowed Henry, we have Femme Fatale. Femme Fatale is going to try and repair her vehicle, but she is at a massive disadvantage because of the ghost, and so is not going to get fixed on this turn. Miles and Siegfried, you will see Femme Fatale on the side of the road as you both go herring past her. And at the very, very back... Oh, no, wait, Siegfried Sam was pouring nails last turn, so they still technically have a turn. They are going to use their shortcut ability. And they disappear off the road.
Know what they're doing.
Oh, and we hit our sub goal as well? We did! We hit our sub goal! Thank you for pointing that out, chat! Which means we get another Cypher delivered to someone at random in the group. It is Brian. The dice like you today, Brian. Where have you gone? I've lost you.
Sorry,
It's muted.
Yes, sorry, I did not hear the last thing you said.
That's totally fine. You just received another Cypher from reaching our sub goal.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
You now have 2. The dice like you. Okay, so is that everyone? Oh, the Beer Brothers. The Beer Brothers stagger out of the pub with the ghost in tow and get ready to carry on driving. They get back in their overturned tankard made of cardboard and paper mache and start jogging along with their... like, the car is attached to them by large breeches, you know, like... They are still holding up the rear. No, actually, to hell with it. They run past Femme Fatale. Right, let's get the turn order going again. So we have got... the men, Brian, followed by yodeling old Wilbur. Then we have Penelope, hallowed Henry, followed by Andronix. Then we have Miles York and the Beer Brothers. Oh wait, Miles York and Sting. They're sort of neck and neck. Beer Brothers at the back, and oh no, SS are nowhere to be seen, are they? They've disappeared. That's where they've gone. I remember. And right at the very back, the Femme Fatale, working on fixing her car, but scared of the spooky ghost. How about we have another initiative roll?
Is the ghost like in their beer barrel with them now?
Yep, helping them run.
That was a good initiative roll.
That was a fantastic initiative roll. Unfortunately, yes, Nat 1 still proc a GM intrusion in this game. So Miles, you will have a little engine trouble this turn. It's a fantastic evasion of Siegfried Sam and his buddy George, but
Obviously, the ghost just phased through the engine and has just messed it up.
of course, that's exactly what's happened. Remember, you do have an XP and a reroll.
That is... Oh... Okay, I'm going to reuse the reroll.
You're gonna
I'm going to use the reroll.
Use the reroll. Got it.
I will use the reroll, please. You watch, it'll be another 1.
Sometimes the dice tell the story.
Oh, go fuck off!
Wow. And you called it. You called it.
Chat, may I implore you to clip that,
Foresight.
please? That would be fantastic. So, yes, unfortunately, you will be hitting a little engine trouble. You can hear a slight lump in the engine. Maybe whatever you bashed about earlier needs another little bit of a bashing. So we go instead to the fantastic initiative roll from our second place racer, Brian Spillner. Brian, the Manhattan Men, still ahead, but of course you also have this tyre causing you issues at the moment.
I will attempt to fix said tire.
Okay, you can attempt to fix a tyre. What is the ability that lets you do? Oh, it's a recovery roll, right?
Yeah.
So hit your recovery roll. It should have just one action highlighted. So on your character sheet, it should be just beneath your might. It will say recovery rolls, one action, and it's 1d6 plus.
Yeah, 1d6 plus 1.
Yeah, you can just hit the little dice on the right, the poorly drawn d20.
There you go.
There we go. So you did get a nat 1 on that, so your car only restores 2 HP, but the wheel is fixed.
Okay.
Fantastic. Your wheel is fixed. You managed to maintain your position. Next is the wonderful Penelope in her pink MX-5.
I really want one. Who's near me? I want to hit someone with my spikes.
You are still no, you have just overtaken Hallowed Henry. You can see yodeling old Wilbur a little way ahead. They're a little way ahead. There's been some space created. Hallowed Harry was driving defensively whilst Brian and yodeling old Wilbur have been going nuts at it. So they're a little way ahead. You might not be able to reach. You won't be able to overtake them this turn, but you can catch up to them. And if you'd like to try and attack them, you may.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
As long as it's some sort of ranged attack.
Yeah, no, I need to be next to them, so I'm just going to try and catch up with them.
Okay, well, does your car have a special ability that allows you to speed up, like the flying car, like the dragon power, or maybe the furnace?
It has bobcat power.
Bobcat power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how does this look? How does the bobcat make the car faster?
It's got a little special button that looks like a bonbon that you push it and it makes the car go faster. But Penelope's kind of not really, she doesn't know much about cars, so she doesn't really understand how it works or why it works, but she knows it does.
Okay, fantastic. So you press...
I'm getting good at this, see?
Yeah. You press the button and I imagine the engine growls like a tiger.
Yeah.
As you speed up, and essentially, if you were not a player and you were an NPC, you'd go from a difficulty 3 pass to a difficulty 4 pass, which you may still have done. Except we'll be doing PvP rolls, like I said. So you fly ahead. Who do we have next? Certainly not Miles. We have Andrew Nix.
Kicking a man while he's down.
Best time.
Okay.
Andrew Nix, you are behind Hallowed Harry, who just tried to scare you with the spooky ghost.
Yes, so I think I'm going to try to use my swipe ability if I can get up to him. So it is a quick attack. It deals 1 less point of damage, but it would daze my target for a round, during which the difficulty of all tasks it performs is modified by 1 step to detriment.
Okay, so it does damage to them. Did you say? Sorry, can you press it so it procs in?
Attack. So it's a quick, agile melee attack.
Nice. You're going to shunt them. Love it.
Yep. It's 1 less point of damage than normal, but it does daze them so that all of their tasks are 1 step higher difficulty.
Fantastic. Okay. So sure. Make me a speed roll, I guess.
Okay. What difficulty?
It will be difficulty 3, but you still have your super speed thing, your turbocharger, so it'll be difficulty 2, and should this work, it potentially makes them a difficulty 1 character for you, with your special abilities.
Alright, let's try it.
That definitely hits. And how much damage does this ability deal? Or is it just make things harder for them and daze them slightly?
I mean, it says 1 less, I guess it would depend on the weapon. It says 1 less point of damage than normal.
Okay.
So, let's see, what kind of weapons would my car have? There's something like this that's a swift attack.
I mean, if we like, we can just say a standard shunt will be like 2 points of damage. So Penelope's got her spike, so hers would be 3. This would be 1, but you're going to do it in such a way that it knocks them off course a bit, so they need to correct themselves and they are stunned.
So, like, I want to go for, like, the rear wheel to try to just, like, nudge them the wrong way.
Okay, so you do so, and they're like, hey, what's the big deal? As they are indeed stunned. You can't overtake them this round, but next round it looks like it's going to be very, very easy to do so. Miles!
Yes.
Your car sounds a little faulty.
Yes, it does. It does.
Now,
obviously, ramming someone didn't.
It upset it. Now, this is the thing. This is how we're going to play this. Just because your car sounds faulty doesn't mean you have to stop and fix it now. It still has plenty of health. There's several things that could happen. I'm going to essentially draw it out of a hat in my mind because I haven't decided which one I'm going to do yet. Either your car will take consistent damage over time, your difficulty attacks will become harder, or there will be more serious repercussions in the future.
No, I think I'm going to pull over and try and repair it.
Remember, you might roll more ones later.
I'm certain I will.
Okay, so you are going to take the turn to stop the car and try and repair it.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, fantastic. So let's see. We will actually start at the bottom of the pack this time and work our way up, which should give hopefully our friend Brian some time to get back. And if not, that's fine. We'll just wrap up things afterwards because I have something to do in between games this time. First of all, our lovely hallowed Henry can shush for a second, as we are now back with Femme Fatale Fiona. Femme Fatale Fiona gets her car working again, hops in the driver's seat and starts going. The coupe, heavily modified coupe with lots of gadgets. Apparently, it's she's going. She's at the back. C'est la vie. Ahead of her are, of course, the Beer Brothers. The Beer Brothers swaying all over the road. Are looking towards. Actually, they're swaying all over the roads, Miles. You see them heading towards you as you've stopped to sort your engine out.
Oh dear.
They are looking. They look like they might ram you. I would like a speed defense roll for you to be able to shift the car out of the way.
Certainly. Difficulty
1. They're in a cardboard box. Good job too, eh? What's going to happen, I think, is they will hit you, but the cardboard just doesn't do any damage. They just sort of like stagger into you and then stagger back into the middle of the road. They've got no idea what's going on, bless them. As they have done this, they're going to, one of them is going to use their boozy vomit attack. And they're going to vomit on the road. And as the Femme Fatale tries to overtake them, she hits the boozy vomit and nearly slides off the road. And the Beer Brothers hold on to their position as they go running.
Oh, that's grim.
Let's see, who have we got next? Hallowed Harry, who has just been overtaken by Andrew Nix. Everything's a bit difficult for them at the minute. They are going to retract the dragon power. They're reducing their own difficulty in an attempt to try and regain themselves. They're going to spend this roll recovering. You see them sort of like shaking it off, like, come on, we came all the way from wherever the hell it is we are from to be in this race. We have to focus. Possibly Transylvania, not sure. Further up the line, we have yodeling old Wilbur. Penelope. You were catching up to them, that was it. You were catching up to them.
I need to be next to them.
You need to be next to them. Indeed you do. Indeed you do.
Yeah. I want to hit them with my spikes.
So they are going to be looking back towards you, and they see.
Quick question: can I have a glitter cannon? I don't want it to do anything other than just shoot glitter at people. It doesn't have any other effect. I just want to.
Jay, do not let your dreams be memes. Of course you can have a glitter cannon.
Thanks.
But
yeah, I need to be next to them so I can hit them with my spikes and shoot a glitter cannon at them.
Boys, there's another one coming! Quick! Start hucking logs onto the road, and they start hucking logs out onto the road to try and put you off. Can you please make me a speed defense roll of difficulty 3?
How do I do the defense bit?
It's just a regular speed roll.
Oh. Difficulty 3, did you say?
Difficulty 3.
Demanding.
I know. Oh boy, you do have a reroll still.
I'm going to do it. Alex, your bad luck better not waddle for me.
We'll see.
That is also a failure.
They're not ones though, so
They're not quite that failed.
Would you like some XP, Penelope?
Yeah, go on then.
One of
It's
the
already bad.
one of the logs is going to jam into parts of the underside of your car. I won't bother going into detailed descriptions, but it,
No point, Penelope don't understand it anyway.
so it jams under the car, increasing your difficulty of checks by 1 point.
It's not very nice.
Sounds like one of my dogs is in distress. I will be using the Manhattan Men in just a moment. But I'm just going to go check on the dog first. I'll be right back, everyone. Entertain thyself.
Good plan. So, Alex, let's talk about your roles.
yeah. I mean, there's not a lot to say really. Obviously, the
At least it did it properly, though. Like, if you're going to fail a roll, I'd like to get a 1.
yeah. So not only did I fail it, I then called that I'd fail it again, and then did, and it's been clipped for the internet forever.
I've shared it on Twitter already.
So did I. Yep. Just advertised my suckage. On the flip side of that, though, I have 2 XP, so I'm just gonna sit on that for a bit.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I do. Thank you
I
very much.
have one.
Scrat has a dog. Apparently, Scrat does have a dog.
My parents have dogs. We moved in with my parents recently so that we could pursue this streaming thing full time and try and pay off some debts in lieu of paying off rent instead. And they have 3 dogs, and I have 1 cat, and they have not yet met each other. It's a bit touch and go. The cat's not used to the house yet. We're acclimatizing her, so she's still. Our room is her safe room, and she explores the top floor. But whenever she goes near the kitchen door, the dogs are like, "What? What's that?" Yeah.
We did that with our cat for a couple of days when we first moved in. Started in our room and then kind of progressed out.
It is scary for the kitty, yeah. But anyway, that's just the way things go. So, you get a log stuck in your engine. Your difficulty of things is increased by 1. The Manhattan Men. Anyway, Brian, what did you do last round?
I fixed my tire.
You recovered. That's it. Yes. So they are going to. You see them jump out of the open top shop car. It's one of them old style like hot rods, you know, where you can see all the open engine and cam belts and everything. And they hop out onto the side. Some of them start shooting the wheels. Others start shooting the engine, trying to make things go faster as they use they use machine gun power on their engine and wheels. And their difficulty increases by 1. Does this work in real life? No, it doesn't. But hey, here we are having fun. So they're going to be a little bit more difficult to pass now.
Okay.
And I think that's everyone. So hold the phone. What's going on further ahead in the track? Why, it's that Siegfried Sam. Up ahead, he's doing something to the bridge. As you see, he has put... Is that dynamite under the bridge? He's going to blow the bridge. So everyone this round, every single turn, in addition to their action, will be required to make a speed or might defense to try and avoid the bridge exploding on them. And we'll do that now as a quick little sub thing. We'll do it for everyone. So the Manhattan Men. Well, I'll roll for them. Let's do this fair. Let's do this real fair. +3 because of their machine engine power. They cruise over the bridge, no problem. Brian, you're next with your repaired car on the move. Please make me a speed roll. Difficulty free.
Would I be able to use my push on through ability?
Yes.
Where I ignore the effects of terrain while moving for 1 hour?
I'll tell you what, I've just thought of another one as well. You've got perception as well, right? So you'll be able to see it.
That as well.
So I'll tell you what, we'll lower the difficulty by 1. So it's only difficulty 2 because you've seen it. And then if you still fail, we'll use your push on through to make some progress anyway.
Okay. And then I still have my nitrous?
You still have your nitrous, yes. I think
So
this is
then it
probably
would
the
be
last
down to
round,
1?
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Down
So
to
down
1.
to 1?
Down to 1.
Okay.
You can roll anything, nearly.
Good thing.
You cruise across the bridge as bad guy Buddy George, the giraffe, is pressing on the plunger and nothing's happening. Next is yodeling old Wilbur, who comes steamrolling on through yodeling. And they are going to roll. They were attacking last round, so they don't have any bonuses. But they also just career on through, because apparently I only roll 18s. Next in the turn order is Penelope. Penelope just goes straight up and rolls a d20. Hang on a minute, let me do the math. Difficulty 3.
I did, sorry, yeah. That's what I was going with.
But things are harder for you because of your wood in your car. So because you just rolled a d20, would you have liked to spend any effort? I wouldn't usually let you retroactivate, but we'll let you. Also, you gained an XP, and someone else gains an XP as well. Who would you like to give it to?
Who's got 1, or have they both got 2?
I have 1.
At the moment, Danielle hasn't got any.
Yeah.
I'll go to Danielle then. Yes, that's what I get for reading chat, sorry.
Okay, so
I was
yeah,
still stuck on the trying to get over the bridge.
yeah. So as you go across, she beat 4. 12 divided by 3. You're right. That is 4. Thank you. This is why we don't do maths on this stream. We let Roll20 do everything, because apparently I'm very poor at it. I'm actually very good at algebra and complex maths, but when it comes to simple arithmetic, I fall down like a like anyone's business. It's apparently I think sideways. So my teachers used to tell me. So you make it across as well. Still, the thing hasn't blown. Next is Hallowed. No, it's not, because you passed him. Andrew Nix comes up next, still behind Penelope. Please make me that speed defense roll of difficulty 3.
Also, is it difficulty 2 because I've still got my boost?
Yes, I believe you do. I think this is possibly your last round as well. Ooh, you have just been gifted an XP. If you would like to re-roll that, you can spend your XP and re-roll it.
Sure. I will go ahead and spend my XP to reroll.
I love this music, Scrat.
There we go.
You're welcome.
Barely.
Yes, because of your thing. Yes, so you just about head across. It looks like it might blow at any second, Miles, who is still back fixing his car. Miles is nowhere near the bridge. Miles has stopped. He's repairing his engine. Miles, since everyone else is getting to have a sort of action this round, I will let you repair your engine this turn. Please make a recovery roll.
Okay. And there it is.
If you had lost any health, your car regains 6 health.
Lovely.
And next we have well, actually that wasn't next. It should have been Hallowed Harry next. Hallowed Harry also doesn't have anything, and you shunted him, but he did take a recovery roll to recover, so it'll just be a straight roll. Hallowed Harry, he extends the dragon wings again. He sees what's going on and just flies over the bridge just in case. What a trooper. Next is they're blowing up the bridge. Next are the Beer Brothers. The Beer Brothers approach the bridge, and sorry, I've just seen that quote. Zero context, what a beauty. I literally don't roll anything less than an 18. It's a curse, honestly. The Beer Brothers just run across with their cardboard box. Possibly as the bridge is exploding, but they haven't noticed. You know, like, every now and again you get a scene in a movie where, like, things are happening around the person, but the person doesn't know what's going on? It's sort of like that, you know? So the femme fatale also runs up, and they also try to make... Oh, the femme fatale. Perhaps the boozy vomit. Put them off as the bridge is exploding around the Beer Brothers. They're trying to follow up behind, and the bridge is down. They are going to take 4 points of damage to their vehicle, and both Miles and the femme fatale are going to need to find an alternate route. Let's roll initiative for the next round.
Come on, this is my time to shine. With another one. Oh, okay, that's...
Wop wop.
It's not terrible. Chris, you're rolling consistently high. This is nice.
Yeah, I usually don't, so...
Take it, you know, 100%, run with it. So ahead of you are the Manhattan Men using their machine gun engine power to be more difficult to overtake as they speed across the bridge towards the next section of straight.
Okay. Just thought I saw something earlier that may be able to use. Give me a quick second here. Maybe I didn't. Anyways, I will try to overtake them.
Okay. They will be difficulty 4. I believe we said last round was your last round of nitrous. So difficulty 4, since they are empowering their engine. Is there anything you'd like to use to try and make this easier?
Yes, let me see here. I think... Could I use one of the cards that I got is called Perfect One-Liner? And I have, like, the perfect joke, anecdote, reply, comeback, or story to make the person laugh or charmed. So it would lower the difficulty of any interaction, but I guess that wouldn't be an interaction if I'm trying to pass them.
You could certainly be close enough to interact with them if you want to try and put them off.
Sure.
So that
I'll try that.
Is it reduce the difficulty by 1, or is it a free pass?
Reduced by 1 step.
Reduced by 1 step. Do you have any lines that you'd like to throw in, or...
Not off the top of my head. Maybe like a good Yo Mama joke or something along those lines.
Hey, he's talking about your mama. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? He's talking about your mama. And then they stop using the engine power. They stop using the machine guns on the engine and instead start trying to turn towards you, but they're spraying everywhere because they're angry. Reducing it back down to a level 3. Please make a difficulty 3 check instead.
Speed, right?
Speed indeed. Ooh.
I'll use my last XP. Try to reroll that one.
Okay, so...
Wop wop.
Let's take these and... that's how I take cards, I see. I just click on it and I go steal. And then it does nothing. Oh, there it goes.
No, I had to let it go.
And Andrew, did you use yours as well? You did, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Yeah, so I'll steal yours too. Oh!
Wop wop.
So on the 2, you do a great joke. They all stop to like cuss. They're all sitting back there, giving you one of them. But you're perhaps too pleased with your joke, and your mirth at the joke prevents you from being able to overtake them. It works too well. The joke. It works on you too. Next. Look at the initiative, Adam. That's where it is. Andrew Nix, who is behind Penelope, who has wood that's giving them some trouble. How would you like to approach this Penelope?
I would like to just try to pass her if I can while she's distracted by that log.
Of course. Oh. Tabletop roleplay games never change.
Just a casual weekday.
Okay, so Penelope.
Yes. Oh.
Penelope, please make me a speed defense roll. Whatever you roll will be reduced by 1 level to show how you are struggling with your wood.
Difficulty or anything? Just a straight one.
Just a straight one, yeah.
Not very hard then.
Oh.
Or maybe it is. Womp womp.
This is actually going to be a free action for you, Andrea, as you can move along. If you would like to do anything fancy, we can get you to roll a dice anyway.
No, I'm not gonna be fancy about it. I'm just gonna like casually pull around her and wave.
That's like more of a dick move to Penelope because she's all about like the fancy show off glittery, and you're just like, nah.
Perfect. So next in the order is Penelope. Penelope, you've just been passed by Andrea. If you want, you can use a recovery roll to sort out your wood problem. The wood stuck on the underside of your car.
Yes.
Okay, please make.
I don't want to, but I feel like it's going to come and bite me if I don't.
Please make me a recovery roll. Oh, that's awesome. So if you had taken any damage, you receive 7 points back in your pool. That doesn't stack higher. It just brings you back up to your maximum. And you remove the kindling and logs that is from underneath your engine. Perhaps you just shake your car about a little bit and it drops out.
Can I leave it at the road?
Not as an attack, because that would cost you an extra action. If you like, I can let you somehow wiggle it into the car.
Yeah,
so you can use it for a future.
take it with me.
Okay. Totally fine. It just becomes not a problem anymore. It becomes a safe chunk of wood.
I'm happy about it now.
Yeah.
I'll give it to the cat to play with for a bit.
Excellent. Yeah, they start digging their claws into it, you know. Mile York, you've got your car going again. Everything's fine, but the bridge is gone.
That's not a problem. So how does redeeming XP work in terms of spending 2?
How do you
mean?
mean?
For my player
intrusion.
Just ask him, same as he asks you.
May I?
You may.
Okay, thank you very much. So I will spend my 2 XP, and my intrusion will be in the glove box of the rampant reptile. There is a big red button, and pressing that big red button, the boot opens, and out comes a jet engine, very similar to the original Batmobile from the Tim Burton film. So a bridge not being there isn't an issue, because I'm just going to hit it and go straight over.
It makes sense because you're a crocodile car as well.
Yeah,
well, there we go.
Because you spent your 2 XP on it, this does indeed happen. Bridges are now downed bridges become a free action for you. So you just launch across the bridge with no problem.
There we go.
And land on the other side. Right next to the Beer Brothers, funnily enough, who are sort of like... we'll start at the bottom again. The bottom's fun. Femme Fatale Fiona punches the steering wheel. They are going to try and work out an alternate route using their intellect. Yeah, they just about figure out something. They start going along the beach. It's not as quick as the road, but, you know, any port in a storm. Next up, we have the Beer Brothers. The Beer Brothers... the Beer Brothers are just running along ahead of you, Mile. They keep running in front of you to stop you overtaking them. They're trying to act defensively.
I'll just run them over.
On your turn, you will. Next we have Hallowed Harry. Hallowed Harry, flying across the bridge, is going to continue to use his flying power to try and pass Andra. No, Penelope, you overtook Andra already, didn't you? So they're going to try and overtake Penelope. Penelope is away, so we will do that in a moment. They have a speed defense roll when they get back. Back at the bridge, Siegfried Sam is like, "What went wrong, George? You were supposed to blow the bridge and then we would win. What happened?" And George is just a giraffe, so they go, "Mwah." And they get back in their car and they start racing, but they are now in last place. Excepting Femme Fatale Fiona, who is driving along the beach somewhere. Who knows where she'll return. Penelope. Hallowed Harry is trying to fly above you and overtake you. Please make a speed defense roll of level 4.
4? Is that the difficulty 4?
Yeah, because they've got their dragon attack. They've increased the difficulty of their speed.
Alright.
And yes, I'm having a ton of fun with this one shot today. You managed to... How do you... How... I ask, knowing the answer, how are you going to prevent them from flying in front of you?
I'm going to throw my piece of wood at them.
That is not the answer I was expecting. Okay, brilliant. You throw your piece of wood at them and it stops them from overtaking. Next up the thing, we have Penelope, Andrew ahead of Penelope. Then we have Yodeling Old Wilbur still ahead of Penelope. But Yodeling Old Wilbur, he's got his cousin shoveling more wood into the wood and coal into the furnace, and they're picking up speed again. Yeah, come on, boys, we got this. We'll be home in no time. Come on, and they're going for it, absolutely going. At the front, we have the Manhattan Men who have stopped using their engine power, distracted as they were by Brian. But Brian, having insulted their mothers, they do in fact turn their machine guns on him, using the machine gun attack again. Brian, please use a difficulty-free speed defense roll to prevent your car receiving more damage. Rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat!
Since melee attacks aren't gonna really happen, would I be able to use my block as instead of melee attacks?
Melee attacks would be shunting.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Makes sense. Right.
So you've got a choice between shunting or ranged attacks. They happen to bring machine guns.
Right.
You know, some might say they rigged the start to get a pole position as well, but no one would say it out loud in case they disappeared.
Difficulty 3?
Difficulty 3. Hey, you avoid the bullets as their shots land on the tarmac ahead of you, and you just drive around them skillfully. This takes us to the top of the round. Please roll me some more initiative. If nothing else, Miles, you are consistent.
Lee bad.
He's got the will bug.
So this time it is Penelope. Penelope currently in 5th place. Penelope, what would you like to do with your turn? You have Andra Nix, who has just overtaken you. Ahead and behind you, you have Hallowed Harry. Though Hallowed Harry is a way back.
How far back?
So you know how you had to speed up to get to Yodeling?
Yeah,
Wilbur?
I'd have to slow down.
Yeah, you threw wood at him. He's gone way back.
Yeah. Oh. How close is the person in front of me?
Andra, they've only just overtaken you. Just last turn.
Can I shoot loads of glitter at them so they can't see where they're going?
I don't see why not. I think that is a reasonable item for you to have. Let's... I that feels like it's going to be a speed attack, getting your aim right on a moving target. Why don't you do a speed roll, which will determine the difficulty for the defense roll.
Okay.
Ooh, Andra. Please make
Yeah.
me a difficulty 4 defense roll.
Oh man.
At least I'm attacking you with glitter.
What is your minor effect, Andra?
Well done.
Your minor effect suggestion?
It increases the duration of my control over machines. That's what they're all stacked on.
Is it an immunity to glitter now?
Maybe.
What I think it'll be instead is you now, whenever you are near another vehicle, using your talking to machines power, you can get an idea of what they are going to do before they do it. So if any machines use technology, like Penelope has, to try and attack you, it decreases by 1 difficulty as you have a premonition about it.
Cool.
You can see the telegraphing of what the vehicle is going to do. That will count for any ranged attack. So even if you get up front and the Manhattan men start shooting at you, that will count, and that will be for the rest of the game. Ranged attacks you have one step easier for you.
Awesome.
Who do we have next? Next is Andra Nix. Andra Nix.
So, the yodeling guy's in front of me right now, right?
The yodeling guys ahead of you. They've just started fueling up their furnace again. They're now difficulty 4.
Okay. Well, this worked pretty well last time, so can I reach them to swipe them? With
Yeah,
little, like,
you can
pump,
totally
like I did
use.
to Hallowed Harry?
Yeah, you can totally use a swipe attack. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So difficulty 4, you said?
Difficulty 4. Success! You hit them. They take another 1 point of damage, or their first 1 point of damage, as you nudge them just enough. This is like a shunt, right? This one. Yeah. So as you shunt them, and this would be what your block has a training in, Brian. If as you can see, Andra shunting people out of the way to get ahead. You know, Andra, you shunt them, they sort of spin again, much like Harold did. Maybe they do a full 360, but either way, they are dazed and confused. They're not sure which way is forward, and it's going to be easier to pass them next turn.
Awesome.
In fact, it stops everyone from shoveling coal. This makes a lot of sense. It stops them from shoveling coal. They become difficulty free, so they're all holding on. Next in the turn order, we have Brian. Brian Spillner up front. Brian, what would you like to do with your action?
Am I in front of the Manhattan guys?
You are not, but you evaded their attacks, and they are currently not doing anything to power. Yeah. Neck and neck.
I will try to hit them. Like, give them a pit maneuver.
Oof. Sure, that'll be a might roll. Difficulty free. A success! You hit them, they spin out, they're like, hey, what you doing? What you doing? As you spin them out. And are able to take the lead with this pit maneuver. Or rather, it's an easy pass for next turn. Next turn, you can overtake them dead easy as they are spinning out.
Sure.
So, let's see. Is that everyone? No. Looking at the back, we've got our old friend, Mile York, as the Beer Brothers are trying to stay in front and are defensively driving.
Well, I'm just going to try and harshly accelerate, you know, drop it into a lower gear and just use the spikes and the nice angle of the front bonnet to just throw them over the top of me and you know, tear ahead.
Okay, this will be a might roll of difficulty 3. No, it's not. These are the Beer Brothers. This is difficulty 2. And possibly a free pass.
Well, let's make sure. So I'm going to spend some effort, please. May I spend 2 effort?
You may. You realise this will reduce your might pool.
Yes, that's
Okay,
fine. I have
okay.
plenty.
Good.
I'm gonna hit them really hard.
Okay, please do. So that is definitely a success. They're only difficulty 2 to begin with. I see you have got used to your consistent rolls, and Roll20's done the old switcheroo on you, as it is often
Yes.
wont to do. We did say earlier that shunts would be 2 damage, so we'll say that the Beer Brothers' oversized tankard gets crumpled at the back as you sweep them off their feet and they go tumbling over the top of you. But they seem to just stagger on without really noticing what's happened.
That's fine. I've gained a place, so I don't mind.
One of them says, "A dinosaur! Yes, a dinosaur! I saw it with my own eyes." And we go away from the player turn and back to my turn. So this time the Manhattan Men are currently spinning. They are working hard to try and correct their vehicle. By the end of next turn, their vehicle will be corrected, giving Brian time to pass them. The same is true of the yodeling old Wilbur, as you both have done very similar maneuvers using brute force to gain positions. Hallowed Harry, a little way away from the pack of players now, mostly, is looking behind and seeing Miles approaching. Miles, you see Hallowed Harry ahead as he uses his spooky ghost attack.
Oh no.
The spooky ghost attack is going to come backwards towards you.
Okay.
Please make me a difficulty-free speed defense check.
Ah.
Easy claps, right? Who would be afraid of a ghost like that? This time the ghost seems mean and at the Beer Brothers, who both dive off the road in absolute terror. And it makes its way backwards towards also Siegfried Sam. Siegfried Sam is not one to be intimidated by ghosts. He doesn't have the time. Instead, he is using... he's getting his bad guy buddy George to get out and push the car faster using their long-necked giraffe ability. Doesn't do a lot, but it does make them a little bit faster, and they will tear past the Beer Brothers who are hiding. Femme Fatale Fiona is on the beach. We have no idea where she will come out. Where in the arrangement will they be? We will find out very shortly. As we go back around to the player's turn. Everyone, please roll me some initiative. Miles! Miles, what's happened?
Well, obviously, I just need to cause someone else damage.
Okay.
If only you'd figured this out sooner.
So, Miles, you can see Hallowed Harry ahead of you.
Yes.
What approach do you take?
I wonder. Who's behind me? I've just overtaken
You've just overtaken the Beer Brothers. Behind you is Siegfried Sam with George outside pushing the car.
And they're slightly faster. They're starting to catch up.
They're starting to increase speed. They're becoming difficulty 4.
Okay. Could I weave to try and stop them potentially overtaking me, and just in time move out of the way so they drive into the back of the other car, into the back of...
You know what? That is a really technical attack. You can either do an intellect roll for timing or a speed roll for driving ability.
I'm gonna go speed, please.
Okay, it
Got
will
it.
be... It'll be the same as it'll be like a preemptive defense roll. So it'll be
kind of, yeah.
difficulty 4.
Okay. Gonna definitely spend some effort on this.
Yes, burn your pools, burn them.
I will spend 1. Fuck.
Make a whole show just of Alex failings in.
We totally could. Now, Miles, would you accept a GM intrusion at this
Yes,
point?
please. Anything. Give me the XP.
The GM intrusion is this. As I'm not going to give you any more XP because for some reason I can't take it back from you. I can take it back from everyone else, but I can't take it back from you. It won't let me click on you. I don't know why.
I'm invincible.
Instead of ramming you as you expect, they use their shortcut ability again and dive off the road.
Oh.
And if anyone else wonders, exactly as I used to in Wacky Races, why Dick Dastardly and Muttley didn't use their ability to seemingly get ahead of everyone to just win the race. Yes, I'm wondering too. I always have. Let's see. So yeah, that was your turn, Miles. There we go. That's where we are. So next is Penelope. Penelope, you are behind Andra Nix. Who is very, very, it looks like they are getting ready to pass the spinning out of control, yodeling or Wilbur. Also,
They're not looking like a disco ball though, are they?
they are not looking like a disco ball.
Can we just say when that didn't work that the glitter just went over my car instead?
Yeah, sure. It's now pink,
I'll be a
pink and
disco
glittery.
ball.
No problem. What would you like to do?
How far away am I? I think I'm just gonna try and honestly try and get next to her. I just want to spike someone with the spikes in my wheels, not truck.
Yeah, the Beard Brothers are way out. You don't need to worry about them.
Didn't hear that in my head before I said it.
Let's see. So you've got the choice of Andra, who is definitely going to pass yodeling or Wilbur, or you can try and shunt Wilbur.
Yeah, I'll try and shunt him.
Which one are you going to shunt?
Wilbur.
Wilbur. Okay. So they are currently spinning, so this is going to be a might easier than normal. Please make me a difficulty 2 might roll as you shunt them with your spikes.
Yes.
That is a success. You spike them, and they take more damage. You see, there's the car's starting to look a little bit beaten up now. Damn it, boys! Fix it! Fix it! Get this thing running! And we go to Andra Nix, who is next.
Yes. I would like to pass them since they should be very distracted at this point.
Yes, their difficulty is only 1 as they are being rammed, they're spun, and everything. Gemsong, thank you so much for that reroll. We will use it on the next person who needs a reroll. We'll use it as a pool.
Alright, so speed. There we go.
You go roaring ahead of them. Roaring ahead. And you are now in 3rd place. Very quick game, this. Very quick game. Next is Brian Spillner behind the spinning, nearly called them a copyright name, Mafia Men in their open shop car. There. Open top shop car. There you go.
I will pass them. So just speed.
Yep.
Difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2. You're right. Now,
Well.
Gemsong did donate for a pooled reroll. His words were, "Anyone need a reroll? That looks like someone in need of a reroll to me."
If everyone's okay, I'll use it.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
Also, Miles, who did you give your other XP to?
Andra.
Thank you.
Andra.
And a success.
And with that success, you roar ahead. And you are now in first place. You are in prime position as I redraw the positions once more. We have in the front Brian, followed by the Mafia Men, followed by Andrew Nix, followed by yodeling old Wilbur, followed by Penelope, who is followed by hallowed Harry, then Miles. It would seem that Siegfried Sam has used his shortcut ability again. No one knows where they are. And then the Beer Brothers are at the back, but also the Femme Fatales. No one knows where they're going to come out yet. We go on. That was Kentucky Hawkeye. It was Kentucky Hawkeye. I'm sorry, I credited the wrong person for the bits. Thank you, Kentucky Hawkeye. Thank you. Also, it would seem have we hit the retweet goal? It looks like we might have hit the retweet goal for another randomly distributed. Not quite. We are on 19 retweets. We need 1 retweet to get another Cypher before the end of the show. As, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting onto the final stretch. Now, you've all had a turn, so it is, in fact, my turn. The Manhattan Mafia Men in the open-top shop car are going to start using their machine gun engine power again to try and increase speed. They want to try and come up alongside Brian. The yodeling old Wilbur spinning out as they are, being shunted as well, Penelope. They are still trying to regain control of their car. They require another recovery roll. They might even have to stop and try and fix things. Next down the line, we have hallowed Harry. Hallowed Harry is still ahead of Miles. Is that right?
Everyone's ahead of me.
No, not the Beer Brothers.
I think they're still winning in the grand scheme of things.
Hallowed Henry is actually going to stop trying to hit you, Miles, as far back as you are. He's realised that you're too far back to be battling for position. And they're going to use their dragon breath power as the dragon roars flames out of the back of the car to try and increase speed and try and be in the running for this finish line. Next, we have the Beer Brothers, who are going to use Drunken Luck. One of their abilities, Drunken Luck. What they're going to do is they are going to try and... It looks a lot like the shortcut ability, where they disappear, but instead of doing anything like that, they just take a shortcut. They go around rather than going round a hairpin bend like most of you do, they go straight over it. But what they don't realise is it's a bit of a drop. So they are going to blind luck their way to be contending for your position, Miles. Please make a difficulty 2 speed check to keep your position.
Okay. Oh.
Easy. As they land, they sort of they've stopped. They're trying to regain which way they are. Maybe they start running the wrong way, and you can just pass them easily.
I think I'll do that. Oh god, the cat's back.
Up near the finish line. In fact, right near the finish line. Why don't they just cross it? Siegfried Sam is digging a pit in front of the line, or rather his companion. I've lost their music. Where's it gone? There we go. Bothersome Buddy George. They are at the front. They are digging a pit for everyone to fall into. So here we are. We're going to go through again. We've got maybe a couple more rounds in us. We'll go for another player round this time. We're nowhere near the pit. Let's do an initiative roll, please. Okay, so first we have Andra Nix. Andra Nix currently in 3rd place. You see the Manhattan Men ahead, using all of their gun power to try and get ahead. What would you like to do? They are currently a difficulty 4 opponent.
I would like to shut off their car.
Fantastic. This will be a difficulty 4 intellect roll, right? Using your activate ability from a distance.
Yes. I'm trying to think if there's anything I have that I can use to reduce that. No. So I will spend a little effort, I think.
Success. As they are firing, maybe one of them fires into the engine wrong or something like that, but the whole thing just stops turning. And yeah, they all start, like, you know, they throw off their jackets. They're wearing like the shirts with the bands on and waistcoats, pinstripe waistcoats. They're all smoking. They're looking at it like, I don't know, just shut up. I don't know either. Well, come on, get on it, Ricky. Get on it. Get fixing it. Come on, we gotta win this race. As the car shuts off, and you can take their position. You are now in 2nd place. Next. Oh, by a hair, Penelope. Penelope, now you too can pass by the Manhattan Men as their car has stopped, and you can see Andra in 3rd ahead and Brian a little further ahead in 1st.
Can I just go past them?
You can try and overtake one of them.
No, the other guys I meant.
Yeah, you can just go straight past them. Their car's stopped, so free pass.
Oh, good.
Unless you want to do anything special. Unless you want to do anything special.
I just want to shoot glitter, but it doesn't do anything. It just makes me feel better.
Yeah, you can totally do that. If you want, we can just assume that your car is constantly trailing glitter out the back at this point.
Yes. Even my Bobcat is covered in glitter. We can't have a stream without glitter, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'll try and... who's in front of me?
Andrew Nix.
Wait, I thought the log guys.
Oh yeah, of course, because you hit them again. So this is a difficulty 1 pass to get past the log guys, but both of you can overtake the Manhattan Men easily. The Manhattan Men have suffered greatly from this attack.
Yeah, I'll try and go past the log guys.
It's currently difficulty 1.
I think I might be alright. Is that speed? This is where I roll a 1.
Speed indeed. That's a success. You cruise past the spinning, yodeling wheelbarrow. Like, come on, boys, come on, we got to get through this. We were going to win this race. Look what's happened.
I'm going to blow kisses at them.
And they all sort of stop for a moment and they snatch their hats off. Like, oh, thank you, miss. Put their hats, and then put their hats back on and carry on trying to fix their car.
Do you just have a box of like perfect prop stuff next to you?
No. This is magic. It's all sleight of hand, but nothing up my sleeve. What else have we got? Next person in the turn. Well, that's what we've got. So next is Brian Spillner. Brian, you are in 1st place.
I will keep going, I guess. I don't really have any like defense stuff, so I don't. Well, I do have block, but that's not going to help. Oh, yeah, maybe I should use block, at least that way. No, I'll use block if somebody tries to hit me.
Okay, you can
just...
totally ready that action. You can totally ready that action. If anyone tries to hit you or try and overtake you, you're block ready.
Okay, I'll ready my block.
Yeah. Fantastic. And then back down in the low rolls. Damn it, where is your roll, Miles?
It was like a 5, wasn't
Yep,
it?
there it is, back in the low rolls. Miles! You can see Hallowed Harry speeding away as they try and get in this race.
Can I just try and pull alongside him and just, I don't even know, like ram something into a tyre hoping it explodes?
Why not?
Just so
What are
I
you gonna
can't-
What are you gonna throw?
A fire extinguisher.
Of course, one of the mini ones, like the mini car ones, or like
Yeah.
a full.
No, just a little one.
Just a little one.
Yeah. Because even if it doesn't do anything and they like drive over it, hi cat, then it might just explode, and as it's full of CO2, it might cause some sort of distraction, maybe.
Okay,
So
sure. Please make me an attack roll. I think this is going to be speed because it's ranged, really, isn't it? It's not a ram.
Difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3. No, 4. They were using their speed power to get ahead. Blah.
I will spend a touch more effort. Maybe.
Where are your point pools right now?
I'm on 9 might, 10 speed, and 10 intellect, so I'm okay.
Yeah, you're doing absolutely fine. Spend more.
Oh, why not? Why not? 2 effort then. Oh fuck!
You do have another XP from that intrusion earlier.
It's just to go along with the 320s that there's been.
Go on, roll another one. You know you want to.
Let's give it a go. It's exactly the same roll, isn't it?
Yeah.
2 of those.
Much better.
An 18.
Yeah.
It does additional damage as this CO2 canister. As the CO2 canister explodes as it hits their wheel. It launches one half of the car into the air. They start doing a barrel roll of sorts. The dragon, panicking, is trying to turn around and extend its wings at the same time. The additional 2 damage comes as they land on their roof and start sliding along. Their difficulty has not been reduced by 1, it's been reduced by 2. So they have not only lost their dragon power, they are now not a difficulty 3 opponent, they are difficulty 2. So next turn you can try and overtake them.
Lovely.
And that makes it my turn. The Mafia Men. The Mafia Men. They're all standing confused, looking at the car. They're making another recovery roll. I don't think they've made a recovery roll yet, actually. Did you damage them earlier, Brian? You did damage them. I've got two damage, but I don't think they actually stopped to recover, did they? So it would be their first recovery action as they stop to fix the car, and they get things going again. Next, we have yodeling old Wilbur and his cousins. They pass the Mafia Men, no problem, and they are trying to get back into this race again. They have all started tossing fuel into the car again, trying to get up towards that finish line to be part of the 4 crossing the finish line at the same time. Hallowed Harry is not doing anything this turn. They're going to roll to a stop and possibly try and... They're actually going to stop the car. They're going to stop driving altogether. They're going to stop propelling it with Dragonfire. They're going to stop and try and right the car up the right way, so it will now be a free pass on your next turn, Miles. And the Beer Brothers also get a free pass. We'll say that you are going to pass them unless there's any complications on your next turn, but the Beer Brothers are going to hold their action, I guess, until you have passed them to also pass them. As they run along at the back. The Femme Fatale appears from the side of the road. Where does she appear? I hear you cry. Right at the back. The beach trip. They've gained a lot of sand. They've got an ice cream in their hand, but they have not gained any places as the bridge really disrupted their turn. We are all approaching the finish line, but ahead of you at the finish line is Siegfried Sam's pit. So we're going to go down in order of appearance, in order of position, and we are going to see if the pit is going to take you out or not. So we will start with Brian. Brian, this pit is going to be pretty deep. If you are just going to try and like drive straight over it or anything like that, it's going to be difficulty 5.
Would I be able to use push on through, which Ignores effects of terrain while moving for 1 hour.
Yeah. Yeah, that would reduce the difficulty. Does it give you a level of how much it reduces difficulty by, or does it just...
No, it just says I ignore the effects of terrain while moving for 1 hour. So I'll let you interpret that however you want.
Sounds like an instant victory to me.
Yeah.
It does. So
There's a hole there. I don't care.
what we'll do is we'll make it slightly OP, but not too OP. That will reduce the difficulty to difficulty 2. So as long as you beat difficulty 2, it's an instant victory. It's just not an instant victory because you need to roll first.
And that's speed, right?
Yeah, speed or might. If you would rather might, you can just bury into the side of the other wall and just dig your way up. Up to you.
I'll do might. Why?
Difficulty 4. You bury into the ground, you tunnel your way through, and come back up. On the right side of the pit. You are right at the finish line. Next is Andra Nix in second place. Andra, how will you navigate this difficulty 5 pit?
Is there like a large rock or something that I could perhaps use as a ramp? To get a little bit of extra air?
I won't go so far as to say there's a rock, because everyone will be diving on it. But there is a slight lip. So if you make a difficulty 5 speed check, you can use that lip to gain enough air to venture across. And if you have anything that will help you out with that.
Could I have some kind of boost on my car?
You can talk to machines. So you
I
could
can?
tell the machine that it's about to jump. Maybe modify the suspension or something like that. Yes, I will give you that. Difficulty 4.
All right. Difficulty 4. All right, let's do this. Speed, right?
Speed. And you do have an XP as well.
Oh, I do. Okay.
Difficulty 4, you sail across, landing almost beside Brian as he tunnels up through the ground. Next down, we have Penelope. How does Penelope navigate the difficulty 5 pit?
Because she is her little boost button from earlier with the bum button.
Yes, indeed. It will still be difficulty 5 because that was a major effect, I believe.
Oh, yeah, it was. Forgot about that.
You do have effort. I have it down that you still have an XP as well.
And that bit of wood.
I do. No, I threw the bit of wood at somebody already.
And did you actually throw it, or did you just sort of hold it up and wave it at them?
No, I threw it at them.
Oh,
Yeah, they were trying to fly above, and Penelope just...
Yeah, my cat wasn't very happy. Threw away the scratching post. What does the XP do? That was the difficulty, didn't it?
You can reroll.
Oh, yeah. Right. Is it speed I'm rolling with?
It is speed you are rolling with.
Should have put more in my speed earlier. Yeah, I don't think I actually have anything that will help me.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll. Is it difficulty 5, did you say?
Difficulty 5, yes indeed.
God. I'm going to put 1 in effort.
Okay.
Because I only have 9 in my speed and it costs 3 each time, doesn't it?
Unless you have a speed edge, yes. I think the second tier actually costs you only 2.
That would still only leave me with 4 though. I'll do 1 effort and see what happens. I know, wait, I've got a reroll, haven't I? Right, I'm going to put no effort in the first time.
The reroll will be the same roll twice, so if you spend effort the first time, it will be spent the second time.
Alright, I'll do that.
Okay.
Oof. That was lucky.
So, how do you, with this 18, how do you get around the pit?
I use my glitter cannon to propel me over it.
Of course you do. The glitter cannon reverses around, and in a shower of sparkly pink glitter, you fly across the pit, landing almost next to Andra as the three of you approach the finish line. We could be in for a photo finish, because we're always in for a photo finish. It happens every week. Next down the list, we have, let's see, the Manhattan Men have gone sailing back as they're repairing their car.
Where are the big guys? Is there any chance they're going to win? We like them.
They are at the back at the moment. They're behind Miles. Miles would have to let them pass to let them win.
Yeah, seems
That is
unlikely.
But the Manhattan Men, they've stopped to sort out their vehicle. The yodeling old Wilbur, he's gone ahead, and they are going to try and jump. What they're going to do is they're very quickly going to take the wood, and they're going to construct and destruct a bridge as they go across at lightning speed. However, they can't quite do it. The bridge isn't quite finished, or rather, physics happens. They get halfway across, the weight of the vehicles on the bridge, which is half built, and the bridge collapses. And they end up in the hole. Next down the list, we have Miles. No, we don't. No, we don't. Next, we have Hallowed Harry. Hallowed Harry, who is on their top. We'll say, Miles, you can pass them as a free action. How do you encounter this pit?
I think we all know that I'm going straight in the pit. It's gonna happen.
I don't know what you mean.
it's gonna happen. So
A slip on the glitter.
probably. It's just nosedive straight in.
I promise that Muttley-esque laugh there was totally natural. I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't.
It's all good. Using the last remaining fuel of the jet engine, I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah.
Just gonna go for it. Difficulty 5. Just
We'll
gunning for it.
Yes. So I will make.
Kentucky Hawkeye helpfully points out that you could aim for the pit and then miss.
Just sheer determination. Well, I know I'm going in, so actually, yeah. Let's see if we can play Roll20 at its own game. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to aim to go into the pit.
You're going to roll a 20 now.
Let's see.
I can't wait for this. So to get into the pit will be a difficulty 2 challenge.
Okay. Okay.
So if you succeed, you're going to end up in the pit. You understand this going ahead?
Yes.
So if you roll anything more than a 6 or...
Is there a way that I can make it harder for myself? There is. There is. Actually.
We're going to make it one of them 1 in a million chances by the end. Yep. What is your plan, sir?
I am going to rapidly approach the pit and then perform a handbrake turn to then go over the pit or go into the pit backwards.
This will make it difficulty... Okay.
Don't forget the slidey glitter.
There is slidey glitter.
There is slidey glitter.
I can't see behind me because the car has no wing mirrors.
Here's what I'll do. If it's difficulty 3, if it beats difficulty 3, you will get across to the other side. But since you are trying to hinder yourself, so if you roll more than a difficulty 4, you will get to the other side, but on your roof.
It's a convertible.
It is a convertible, yeah.
That's fine. I'll take it. I'll take it.
There's a real sweet spot here. You want a 3 or a 4?
At difficulty 3.
I feel like you're kind of broken the game, Alex.
No, yet. Do I want to spend any effort? I don't think I do.
You feeling good?
Make this as physically hard as possible.
Okay, so
I'm not doing it.
on a difficulty 2, the car, you instead of going in backwards, the car handbrake turns. You catch the wheel on the edge, which you weren't expecting to do. Your car flips and flips into the air, as they do sometimes in movies, when it hits the ground and then somehow magically launches into the air. No one's quite sure how it happens, but apparently that's how physics works in Hollywood. May I offer you an intrusion?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Your car is not going to be working when you get to the other side.
That's fine. I'll discard the car in midair. I'll pass. I'll cross the line. Fuck the car. Just like as it's rolling, seatbelt off and just jump.
Okay.
He'll fly towards the finish line and kind of battered, and he'll
So,
land just.
The momentum of
My
a
nose
2-ton
on the line.
The momentum of a 2-ton car flinging a person from its vehicle will send Miles hurtling across the pit at speed. He is going to be neck and neck with you all. It looks like we're going to have.
Will I be first?
A player. It looks like we're going to have a player on player photo finish at the end here. Right, let's go to who's next. Harry's on his roof. He's not making it. The Beer Brothers. They're going to be cartoonesque. They're going to try and just run across. They fall in. And the femme fatale at the back, she is also going to try. She sees the lip thing that Andrew did ahead, and she's like, "Yeah, I can't do that." She hits the other end and falls in as well. So here we are as we come towards the end. Everyone, we are approaching the finish line. In fact, we have approached the finish line. As you all cross the finish line, there is a photo finish. It's going to go to the judges. They're going to take a look at the photo to see who's won. Do you have anything to say to each other as you get to the other end?
I just wave.
And, go on.
I want to do one of those, like, skidding to a halt. Like in a sort of, like, half circle. Almost the handbrake turn.
Semi-donut, that sort of thing.
And I'd like to do it such that I can kind of, like, catch Mile, like, prevent him from, like, skidding even further past the finish line.
No, don't do that. I'm not waving. I'm not doing anything. There's absolute focus. I'm like, arms are straight, legs are straight. I'm like an arrow.
Okay.
Going for it.
So here's what's going to happen. You may spend points that you have left in speed as +1s to this dice roll. We are going to decide the winner on a straight d20 plus as much speed as you care to give. One roll from all 4 of you. 1d20 plus however much speed you wish to use, which is left in your speed pool.
I was going to say, can we just do all of our speed that we have left?
I'm going to put a limit on it of how much have we all got left, actually, before I say this. If anyone's got like 20 speed, I might have to...
I have 13.
I've got 5.
I've got 9.
I've got 6.
9, 6. How much was yours, Brian?
13. I haven't used anything.
I think I'll cap yours at 10, if you don't mind.
No, that's fine. So I'll do a straight 20 plus 10.
Yes, indeed.
So 19.
19 for Chris. Or Brian, rather. 17 for...
I got 18.
Am I still going to be last?
Oh!
Yep. Still last.
So, Andra, when the photo comes back, you can clearly see Andra's nose is over the finish line first. Next is the Penelope MX-5 pink glitter. It's actually the nose of the glitter cannon, which is over the line just ahead. Oh no, wait. just behind. As you look closer inspection, you can see that the front of Brian's car, there's a little dispute about it, but the pink cannon is just behind the front of Brian's front bumper, and Miles at the back, passing over the finish line in last place, as your body is just above the pink cannon. Did you make a pose for the photo at all?
No.
No, too salty.
Yeah. Actually, I'll retract that. Yes.
But what's this? There's a fifth car in the photo.
What?
They also ahead of Alex.
It's the Nihilistic Nightmare. Siegfried Sam and the Nihilistic Nightmare coming. You see them at the far end. They're in second place.
I'm still lost.
And that is how we are going to end this one shot.
Amazing.
So, today we are going to go around in finishing order to play ourselves out. That thing is terrifying. It was terrifying without the teeth, to be honest. I was terrified of it to begin with. So, we'll go around in finishing order. We'll start with the gracious losers and work our way up to the pole position. Tell us who you are, where we can find you online, and all the wonderful things that you get up to. And also tell us what your favourite part of this one-shot today, and how you thought of this as an idea. It's my first time trying out this idea. Let's go. I don't usually allow feedback, but I would like a little today, just from my players. We start with our gracious last place, or fifth place, rather, Miles York.
Hello. So, that was amazing. That was so cool. I didn't expect where that was going to go when we first got the message last week saying, "Oh, we're going to do characters that are racing car drivers," and I was like, "What? Okay." But no, it again just shows the versatility of Cypher and how much fun you can have with it. It's amazing. I love it. Scrap. I haven't really got any critique on it other than well done. It was great. Like really, really good. It actually makes me want to think about doing something similar, and just have a laugh with it. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So me, I'm Alex, or Dark Fox 0812, which should just be up there. I stream on Twitch with Jay, who should be just over there, the other side of our good saviour, Scratticus. Yes, I stream on Twitch. I ramble a lot on Twitter, as I'm rambling quite effectively right now. So you can either follow me there, or you can tune in tomorrow night from 8 p.m. GMT and watch me play some old RPGs on Twitch. It's up to you.
It's good.
Yeah. That's me. I'm done. I loved it. Thanks, Grab.
You're very welcome. Next, we have Penelope coming in at fourth.
No, you just beat Alex. Anyway. So... Anyway, my name's Jay. I saw that. I stream with Alex. Sorry, he's distracting me. Oh my god, we've recently started playing Monster Hunter World, and I think that game's actually going to overtake my life because it's amazing and I love it so much. Hopefully going to stream it this weekend, as long as our internet deals with it, is what we're hoping that they won't give out. I really enjoyed this. I was saying to Alex earlier, like, how do you role play a race? But it was great. I really enjoyed it, and it was really nice to do something different. I liked that we were rolling a lot. I like obviously not doing it as well, but it's nice to have the switch up between the kind of system that it uses. So it's really good. My favourite part, obviously, was the glitter.
Obviously.
Yeah, anything glittery, and that is the best part. I love it. Yeah, so I am Jay Bambi, which is my name on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, and everything else as well. Post on Twitter quite a lot. Started posting more SFX stuff on Twitter and stuff like that. I did just beat Alex. I'm kind of sad about that. Now it is permanently there forever. It's to rub salt in the wounds. I'm kidding, Alex. Kind of. Anyway, yeah.
We know you're not, but it's a nice gesture of you to...
I like to pretend.
So we make our way onto the podium. Chris 183. Oh hi, third place.
Yeah, you can find me. I really enjoyed it. First time playing Cypher, so there was that little bit of a learning curve. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. It was great. I would definitely play this one shot again. I really enjoyed the race car thing. Also know a little bit more about race cars than I do other things, so that helped. And for me, you can find me Chris183 on Twitter. I try to post often. I paint minis, so you see pictures of those every now and again. That's about it.
Fantastic. We go to second place, which is me, but we'll skip over me. But oh wait, what's this from the judges? Another decision. On the corner of the photo, you can see both Siegfried, Sam, and George pushing the car. The car has to be occupied for them to count. They are disqualified. So third place comes to second, fourth place comes to third, and Miles, you now have fourth place, the consolation prize.
Wait, no, because I wasn't in the car. So I've been disqualified. I wasn't even last.
You pointed that out. I was going to leave it, but you took hold of it and ran with it. So we go to our glorious winner, legitimate winner, Rai Rakantor or Danielle playing Andrew Nix. Oh, hi!
Oh, hi! This was delightful. So much nostalgia in the Wacky Racers theme of it, and I loved all of the different names for our NPCs and their cars and car abilities and their theme songs. Really clever review, Scrat. It was really fun. Obviously, my favorite part was being able to shut two cars off. That was really a fun use of my ability.
Yeah. You messed up Fem's race. Like, Fiona's race was messed up from the start. Like, Penelope was like, oh, we're going to run her off the road. And you were like, no, we're just going to... Done.
So I'm at Rai Rakantor on Twitter. I tweet a lot about D&D, about other TTRPGs, cosplay, writing, anything along those lines. If it sounds like it floats your boat, come give me a follow. I link out to my Twitch and my Instagram as the case may be, so you can get it all from there. And yeah, if anybody can figure out who I base my character on, extra mad props to you. I posted it in the Twitter chat. You can't. It doesn't count for you, Scrat.
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you? Still, I wonder. So that just leaves me. Oh hi everyone, this was a fun idea. I was absolutely killing myself laughing earlier, going through listening to all the different music and thinking what characters they could be. I was really hoping for a really like you know, like a glitzy 50s sort of like a female. I wanted to make a Penelope Pitstop style character too, but Jay beat me to it. So, but you made it a bit more cool, which was cool.
I'm not even sorry.
And why should you be? Why should you be sorry? My favorite part would have to be just Alex this week. Just the whole way through. I think you rolled 2 dice that were higher than a 10.
Yeah,
3 if you include the one that passed the finish line, which is actually a really good roll. Shame.
Well. Never mind.
You know, shame. But yeah, just all of the moments all around were great. But I just love the irony of the two nat ones happening together. I really hope someone clipped that because that's going to be great.
It was clipped. I've watched it 5 times.
Fantastic, fantastic. That's why you're so salty. Got it. So. Yes, me. Right, guys, this is my channel. Welcome. We have social links. Check out our Discord, our Twitter, and our YouTube. Discord for a safe, inclusive space where you can talk about TTRPGs and all the other wonderful things going on in the community. I've also updated it recently with more analytics. There is now a whole analytics category where you can see how we're doing on Twitch, how we're doing on Twitter, comparing it to the previous month. We're looking at finances for the stream as well, everything. Just being really open booked with you all. So if you are interested in that sort of thing, go and check it out. We really appreciate all of your support. What else do we have? We have a Patreon. Oh no, hang a minute. I haven't talked about Twitter or YouTube. Twitter! Send me a DM on Twitter and I will get you a game. We did have Monster of the Week. That is now closed. It's full all the way to the end of March. We also have 2 games of D&D 5e, 1 game of the Cypher system, and 1 game of Ryutama. All of those still have spaces, so if you send me a DM, we can get you one of those spaces. It's real easy to get a game. You just send me a DM on Twitter. And YouTube, this game will be on YouTube before the week is out, so before next Wednesday, this game will be available on Twitter on YouTube for your enjoyment. Excuse me, voice is starting to go at the end. I'll have to switch to Scottish. For some reason, I find Scottish is a really easy accent to do. It's because I'm just really lazy with it. I hardly move my mouth at all. But I'll try and persevere. Patreon! You can support us over on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. And every dollar is greatly appreciated. We also have free articles over there. So you can go and check out articles posted by Radian, or Renee, as we know her, who is DMing the next game, which is live in an hour. She writes our articles for us, and they are fantastic. Worth checking out. And the articles are free, so if you don't support us, if you don't have a pledge, that's fine. I'd still like you to go and enjoy the articles, so please feel free to. Next, we have... we have merch. You can check our merch out over on Redbubble. You can go and get yourself a crest for your chest, and when there are if you tune into streams regularly, when there are discount codes and things, I will give a shout out at the beginning and an end telling you what the discount codes are so you can take advantage of them. We also have sponsors in Bird in the Storm Publishing. Bird in the Storm Publishing create content for D&D and other TTRPGs in the form of modules. You can find the Clearing the Midnight Wield module on our YouTube right now. I'm not even last, I'm disqualified. That is the best war cry I think we could possibly hope for. That's fantastic. We will be taking that across. Thank you, Tater. You know, Tater, when you're not here, we legit just don't even have war cries. We just go with Let's Evoke Emotions. So thank you for being about in chat, bud. We really appreciate it. We need to get someone else who's wearing the same mantle as you in chat somewhere. What else do we have? We have a sponsor in Mayhem Press. Mayhem Press created the Dark Matter Alpha, a D&D 5e expansion in the sci-fi universe. So if you have a sci-fi fandom, or if you just want to play D&D in space, you can do so, which is exactly what we do at Thursdays at 10 PM. So tomorrow, 10 PM EST, you can come and check out Completely Legitimate Business, where we play D&D in space, and I dress up as a pirate. Why is the pirate in space? We don't know. We don't ask that question. We just carry on. Lastly, there are some channels below. You can check out our tabletop loot, Arasavad and RuInc.com, each of which has a between 10-15% discount available using my code. So check out the code, head over to the website, you can get yourself some dice accessories like bags or dice trays, which are very high quality. We've got some sent to us, Alice got some, or rather the ones that we got to display Alice has got. You'll see them at the beginning of next session, I'm sure. They're very good quality. And also, if you want to get yourself some maps or cartography, or if you want to get some cartography lessons, head over to ruinc.com. That is it, everyone. Today, we are going to go and pay a visit to another show who are doing some Invisible Sun right now, which is another Monty Cook game. We are going to go and visit WebDM. It's been a little while since we've given them a raid, so let's bring the hype across with us. If I can spell raid, which I can. So that raid is cooling down. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. We will be back in around an hour. Until next time, keep on evoking emotions, and we will see you later on. See you later. Bye.
Bye.